That's right. Come on in. My goodness gracious.
You know, Rich and Cavino,
I know,
they need some hearing issues. They got hearing issues. Their volume on their headphones are always insane.
They 100% do. And it is the odd couple.
Oh, yeah.
It sure is, and I don't know what I'm even saying today. What's going on? Alex, I'm just getting there.
It's all right. You freestyling. It's your boy.
It is.
This thing on.
With that, of course, secret passcode.
Yes.
You now have.
You've only said it 1,000 times.
Yeah, I can't even get there. You now have full access to this very fine radio program here on The Odd Couple. That's right. And you have us for the very next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4.
That's right. No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, foxsportsradio.com, the iHeartRadio app, and Sirius XM Channel 83.
Wow.
And now live on YouTube.
Hey,
Do it live.
20,000 subscribers plus on YouTube. Make sure you put some respect on our name.
Put some respect with a K on our name.
Put some respect on my name.
No doubt about it. And we are indeed. So I should say this. Say my name.
Rob Parker.
Say it again.
Rob Parker.
Say his name.
Kelvin Washington.
Say it again.
Kevin.
That's right. And we are indeed the Odd Couple here on a Worship Wednesday. We're here at Radio Row in San Francisco for Super Bowl week. And guess what? You'll need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly sports talk radio show on the planet.
Ben Maller.
At least when we're people are still awake.
They got to be awake. That's the only way it counts, Rob.
Sorry about that, Ben.
Can't count when you're snoozing.
Write it down. Commit it to memory. 877-99 on Fox. For you laymen out there, 877-996-6369. You know, some people can't figure it out.
Right.
You know, the numbers and the letters and all that. That's right. No doubt about it. And if you hear feedback on the radio, guess what? It's your own fault. It means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
That's right. And if you call in here with some crazy nonsense, and you know, what do we have to have? If you call in here with some crazy, it's your own fault. Tough.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. Do you have a problem? Turn off your station.
That's right. And with all of that said, always remember,
Sweetie.
The Odd Couple was filmed in front of a live audience.
Sweetie-doo-be-doo. Worship Wednesday, we're here in San Francisco. That's right, Super Bowl week. It's the Odd Couple, Robert Parker and Kelvin Washington. Yeah.
That's right. Let's go. Big show. It is the Odd Couple. Let me welcome in my co-host. He is
Kelvin Washington.
Oh, yeah, man. It's been a busy day today. And I had the nerve to be running around between this building we're in, going across the street to the NFL Experience. Got to shoot some stuff in there for the TV for tomorrow. And by the way, you know, spent about $2,000 on one hoodie. You know,
absolutely,
because that's what happens when you're at the Super Bowl. But a good time, man. And should we go ahead?
I do want to say that this is the couple after last night.
Listen. All right, Elijah Sagar, what are we doing?
This is the couple.
He stopped. First of all, Alex, that is ridiculous. Did I mention six people and you only paid Sagar's drop? Now,
you said Sagar.
Do we count? He stopped at like 9.5.
No, I had 8 lamb chops.
He had 8. Do we count that?
8.
Do we count that?
8 lamb chops. I couldn't get to 12. I had the other 2 on my plate, but I couldn't finish them. I wanted to, but give me credit.
Okay.
Like, they took forever to bring the lamb chops.
Well, Alex, the thing at a Brazilian steakhouse is they bring it out, and you literally only get a sliver of steak, sliver of this, sliver of sausage, sliver of this. Rob would take the whole rack of lollipop lamb chops. So literally, they bring out 6, thinking that's going to be 6 people. It was all for him. So no, Spock's sitting right here. Spock didn't even get one.
Spot, did you get a lamb chop?
Get one. You didn't get a lamb chop, did you?
No lamb for
you.
you.
He didn't get a single one.
No lamb for you. No lamb for you. No, you got lamb. All right.
So, and then they finally came back an hour later, and he ate, what, 2 more of the 4 they gave you?
Yeah, and then I had also a lobster tail.
You did have a lobster tail.
Rob G, give me. They did take too long with the food, right? I mean, I was sitting there trying to wolf down Alex. I don't think
they came in knowing your goal.
It was bad.
Yeah, they did take a while.
They did. I was going all right on a good pace.
You were.
I thought I was going to get to 12.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, that 8th one you ate, I saw your look, and it reminded me when you brought back airport meat.
I was like,
and your stomach was bubbling. Yeah, I saw. That's what you looked like again last night. But it was a great time. Shout out to our bosses, Don, Scott, Julie, everybody here. A wonderful night, man. We had great food, great time.
Everybody was there in a big crowd. Right?
Yeah, man, it was a good time. So great time. Great. Shout out to the bosses for making a great atmosphere and a great night.
All right, let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew. We wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without him. Of course, Rob G is our producer.
Oh, yeah.
Mexican?
That's it.
Him.
Alex is our engineer.
Pay no attention to that man behind the
Back
curtain.
in Los Angeles at the command center.
Or is he doing the show in his van?
And Alex,
hey, stop it.
I was looking for Scooby-Doo in that van.
Right. Where's somebody?
Or Velma. Was
Yeah.
Velma
Hey, you guys want to know
in
something dope?
What's that?
It's a 1972 Balboa. There's only 800 of them in the world.
Wow.
Oh, well, there's only
Alex got a new one.
799 now. You took one.
We'll do that. Of course, Elijah.
Never heard of him.
Elijah.
Never heard of him.
And Sagar
Hey, and let me tell you something.
are, of course, our social media gurus. They're here in San Francisco with us.
Elijah, I think, has about 12 more gray hairs on his chin. That's how hard he's been working. He's been running around like crazy. Oh, I did hit him with HRU. I'm sorry, Elijah. He said, leave me alone. I was like, oh, wow, that's how I know he's busy. He's never replied to me like that. HRU, Elijah, what do you want?
What do you want? Stop it.
I was like, oh, it must be Super Bowl week.
Yes.
Sagar, I got to swing my HRUs to you because Elijah, he said he had none of the time
He
today.
said, I got no time. Stop
I was like, don't be coming to work, Elijah.
All right, and make sure you check out our new YouTube channel. You talked about it a minute ago.
That's right.
Over 20,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. We appreciate everybody. Tell your friends, your family, everybody. And all they have to do is just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, that's Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. And subscribe. We appreciate you. A lot to get to, including Bryce Young, the Carolina Panthers quarterback. We'll do that.
Yep.
But first, let's get to the top of the news. And Rob G, as usual, when we're here at the Super Bowl, there's NBA news and big news.
That's right. The NBA has taken over Super Week.
They did that last year.
They said, F Sam Darnold. Nobody cares about Drake.
I said that
May.
earlier. Oh, I'm sorry.
We out here. We're taking it over, and that's because early on Wednesday, the Dallas Mavericks traded All-NBA big man Anthony Davis to the Washington Wizards. If you think the Kings are NBA Siberia, what's Washington?
I know. I got to think of another
NBA
place
Yugoslavia?
worse than that. Yes.
Where are we at?
It's bad, dude.
It's not looking great, which means, guys,
it's an NBA Flint, Michigan. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say that?
Man, I almost swung on you. You know that's near and dear to my heart. 5 years on the radio there.
I'm sorry.
So that means that we can now safely assume that the Luka Doncic trade is officially done for the Dallas Mavericks. They have essentially turned Luka Doncic, at worst, a top 5 player in the NBA, perennial NBA.
They ain't winning
MVP
anything in LA.
candidate.
Stop it. We saw what they got.
He's an MVP candidate year in, year out, Rob. But they turned him into Max Christie, Chris Middleton, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, Marvin Bagley, 3 firsts, 3 seconds.
Alex, I needed all that to be who?
Never heard of
They
him.
don't care.
Never heard of him.
Anything
Who? Never
other
heard
than
of him.
paying that
Who?
guy $350 million. That's what
Never
it was
heard of
about.
him.
It wasn't even about who you were getting. It was the idea that you didn't want him. Can we just own up to that? That's really what it was. They didn't want him.
I'm not
they
buying
didn't want
that.
him.
I mean, I know that's obviously didn't want him. You traded him.
They didn't want him.
But to me, it was bigger than that. And this is what we talked about for weeks and months, depending on when we were having this conversation about the Luka trade. And this is what I said then. Was that you traded him, which is if they ultimately said we don't want him or trade him,
They had to pay him $350.
Then you go get Anthony Edwards. Then you go get Giannis. You go get someone else like that. You don't trade him because you're scared he's going to be injured because he's never in shape. For a guy that's never in shape and Anthony Davis and always injured. And you don't pair him with Kyrie Irving, who's always injured. And then you pair him and you realize you don't have a ball distributor in D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah, but the difference between those two guys that you just mentioned, they both won championships. You can say whatever you want.
And the living in the past is going on here. I'm trying to win a championship. They didn't win one there.
But
and
they
that's what
won
I'm
a
trying
championship.
To do. So this is what I was talking about then. And you see what's going on. How many times do I got to tell you guys? Leagues are copycat leagues, and what everybody's doing right now is dumping all their stars, dumping all their young guys they believed in. After a few years, they realize it ain't it. And everybody's trying to start fresh right now. And you sat up here and told me
the New York Knicks started fresh.
You told me
the New York Knicks started fresh. They won the Eastern Conference Finals.
I'm not thinking about the Knicks right now.
No, you said everybody's dumping their stars.
Give the Knicks,
everybody's dumping their stars. No,
and they'll be right
that's
back
not
there
what you
doing
said.
That is what I said.
That's not what you said. You said everybody is dumping their stars. The Knicks aren't dumping their stars. They have a chance to win a championship.
So like I was
Get
saying,
off of that.
Everybody
that ain't
sees
even
the
true.
Thunder.
It ain't even true.
The Celtics.
No, they're not.
Everyone
Stop
saw what
it.
the Warriors did before.
And the Celtics have stars. Come on, man.
The Celtics,
Stop.
no, they drafted Jason Tatum. They drafted
The Knicks
Brown.
have dumped their stars. Who are the Knicks dumping?
Why are you
for
talking
young
about
guys?
the,
I'm asking you.
Nothing yet. People are seeing what has worked, and
I'm
they're trying
asking
to
you.
get down with that.
Why aren't the Knicks doing it?
Why are you literally bringing up one team?
You.
And they might be
And in order to beat the Pistons, you had to be bad for 25 years in order to even beat the Pistons. Come on, man.
Everyone
I ain't
is
buying it. Everybody's not doing it.
I sat up here and told you. That's why I hit
Everybody's not
the
doing
HRU.
it. Is that what they did in Denver? Is that what they did in Denver?
I told you.
Did they do it in Denver?
I told you. They
I'm asking you.
I'm saying the teams that haven't
Why
won
won't
are
they
saying,
do it now?
what's the point of us doing this?
Who?
Let's start over. Let's
the
get
Clippers
fresh.
did it too?
And that's what the Mavericks are doing.
Did the Clippers do it?
Can I talk? That's what the Mavericks are doing.
Give me more than one
the
team.
Mavericks, we're sitting here talking about the trade of Anthony Davis. The Mavericks literally realized Anthony Davis is never going to be healthy. D'Angelo Russell is just going to be a guy like we talked about with James Harden, flop around the league. Kyrie's always hurt. And like I said then, you got Cooper, who looks like he's going to be very good in this league. You build around that, and you might have to suck for a couple of years, but then you got your guy. And that's exactly what they've done, and that's exactly what they should have done, because this is how it is working for most teams in the NBA. They're realizing gone are the days of just pairing two big stars. Let's just get Luka, let's just get LeBron, and hope it works. They're saying, let's build this thing from scratch and have a shot at being good for several years. And that's what the Mavericks are
That's not what it's about. It's about this whole idea of a 5-year plan. You're trying to win and put the best team you can together. The only reason why Dallas feels like it can do it is they've seen Cooper Flag now and feel like, okay, we do have a star, not just a guy. They feel like they have like a superstar. He's already passed LeBron for the most points as a teenager or whatever it is, a guy under 20 years old. So they're looking at it from that standpoint. Anthony Davis is not healthy. They're not getting rid of Kyrie as soon as he's healthy. I doubt that that's going to be the game plan as well. And everybody can't follow that plan. Everybody's not going to dump their player. The Knicks are right in where they want to be.
Look exactly
They're now
what
winning
the Grizzlies
now.
did.
Come on,
Look
man.
at what the Grizzlies did. Grizzlies had the most exciting player in basketball, Rob G, a couple years ago. They trying to get rid of Ja. They got rid of Desmond
Yeah, but
Bain. They got rid of Jared
are they
Jackson
getting rid of Ja
Jr.
for what reason, though? Why are they getting rid of Ja?
Because it ain't working.
No, that ain't why they're getting rid of it.
That's exactly
not why they're not getting rid of him.
Why are they getting rid of him?
Because of all the stuff that went on. He doesn't even want to be there.
Because it ain't working.
No, that ain't why he's not there. Because of the way they treated him.
What it is. And
you're always an overreactionary guy. As soon as something happens, you're acting like all 30 teams are doing it.
I said
Come
this
on,
months
man.
ago.
I ain't buying
I said
that.
this months ago.
I ain't buying that.
You
said
Denver,
what?
And
Who else did it? Give me more teams.
I just named like 10 teams.
No, you did not.
Look at the Bulls.
Give me more teams.
Their best player, they just got rid of Vucevic.
That's
and they
because
got
they're
rid of
bad.
Kobe White.
Yeah, I don't
because
you can scrap
getting
the
rid of
team.
guys who
Give me a team that has a chance to win that's dumping their players.
You say give you one, I'm giving you 10.
dumping their players.
I'm giving you 10.
You're telling me the bottom feeders. Of course I'm going to get rid of it.
I gave you a team that won the championship. The Celtics got rid of all their guys that started young, and they got two great guys. They built it up into one. The Warriors got rid of all their guys with two sharpshooters and a Draymond Green, and they won.
That's not how it happened.
All their guys.
That's not how it happened.
They got rid of Paul George, Russell
Those are
Westbrook,
natural. That's how it happens.
You brought up Denver.
No,
Denver
that ain't
got
it.
exactly
that ain't
the guys they needed.
They got lucky because they drafted.
And that's my point.
No, they got lucky in the draft. They got lucky.
Their guys.
That ain't
so I just told you a million teams, and you sat up here and told me it can work with Anthony Davis.
You picked out 4 teams that work.
Anthony Davis won a championship.
You picked out 4 teams.
Anthony Davis won nobody asked you to win a championship.
This is what they're doing. Oh, everybody's doing it now. Everybody's dumping their stars. They don't want Giannis. Why do they want Giannis then? Why do they want Giannis?
Who is they?
Whoever trades for him, why would they want Giannis?
Because Giannis is
he
a top
represents
3-4 player.
The thing you're saying that he's that you don't want.
Player.
You just said that.
Why would the Lakers want Luka?
All right.
Because he's that guy.
No.
So the Mavericks, this whole thing.
They wanted Luka because the Mavericks didn't want him. That's why they got Luka. The Mavericks didn't want him.
And now they look stupid. And now they got Cooper Flack, and now they got to tear this thing down. And the idea that you thought this was going to work with Anthony Davis, you thought this was going to work with Kyrie, you thought this was going to work with Klay Thompson, and I told you it wasn't. Now they got to tear it down.
You didn't tell me anything, man. You sitting here telling me
what I told you.
Injuries?
Verbatim what I told you.
You telling me on injuries? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I told you this was never going to work.
No, you don't know that. If people get hurt,
Wait,
people
what do you mean
get
I don't
hurt.
know that? It didn't work. I told you.
You told me that they all were going to get injured at the same time? Is that what you told me?
Do you think I got to be Mr. Cleo for that?
No, you didn't tell me that.
Let me tell you something. Anthony Davis is going to get hurt. Am I a genius, or is that just what happened?
Guess what? Anthony Davis also won a championship for LeBron James in Los Angeles.
Yep, you keep bringing that up.
How about that? That's the last championship they've won.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Anthony Davis won.
I'm sorry. What does that have to do with the Mavericks?
I'm just telling you. All I'm telling you is your plan. Everybody ain't using that plan.
It's exactly what the NBA is doing. It's okay to be wrong sometimes, Rob.
No,
it's okay.
It's okay.
No,
not
it's okay though.
Yeah,
but it's okay.
You've made a living of it being wrong.
Thank you.
You've made a living of it.
It's the association. You had a great NFL season. I got you in the NBA.
You ain't got no NBA.
It's okay.
You're afraid to bet me on the Pistons. You know everything.
Because of what I just tell you. Everyone's making trades. I told you. Talk to me
that
after
ain't got
that
nothing
trade.
to do with it. 877-99 on Fox.
Live read.
877-996-6369. Did the Mavericks do the right things by thing by trading Anthony Davis? And do you think Kyrie will be on his way out? It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, where we deliver insight, not noise, despite what you just heard.
A little bit of noise,
right here on Fox Sports Radio.
A little bit.
Stick and stay.
Especially if you made out what Unc said in the US of A.
Monty, we weren't too loud, were we? This whole building was looking at us, Rob. Hey, check it out. Ready to tackle your financial goals with Weeble. You don't have to sit on the sidelines. Whether you are a rookie or a pro, Weeble puts you in the game with tools that help you make the moves you want. Trade stocks, options, and ETFs, or play the long game with cash management and retirement accounts all on one platform. Weeble's app pairs advanced analytics with real-time data so you can read the defense, adjust your strategy, and stay in control. And now, meet Vega, your personal AI market assistant. Ask questions like, analyze my watch list, or what's the outlook of the stock, and get real-time stock analysis, volatility insights, and fundamentals that turn complex signals into plain English. Want a wider view of the field? Use Portfolio X-Ray to spot trends, manage risk, and optimize the performance of your portfolio. So stop punting your financial future. Join Weeble's community to discuss markets, trending topics, and ideas with fellow investors. Download the Weeble app today on mobile or desktop, Webull, or visit Weeble.com.
Weeble Financial LLC, member SIPC FINRA. Investing involves risk. For more information, visit Weeble.com/disclosure.
Chuck appeared on Sirius XM NBA radio, and they asked him about the Michael Jordan situation with NBC. Now, recall during the offseason when it was first announced that MJ would be joining the Peacock, we didn't know what he was going to be doing. They said it was going to be a special contributor to their NBA coverage. We didn't know if he was going to be in studio. We didn't know if he was doing interviews. We didn't know what exactly he was going to be doing.
We didn't think he'd be involved in NBA debate talk.
But everybody was excited because he's such a recluse historically, and they wanted to hear what he had to say about the NBA. Well, now, flash forward about a year, and we know exactly what his role is. His role was to record one sit-down interview with Mike Tirico. No plans for a second one. And they were going to release clips of it throughout the season. So Chuck went on Sirius XM today and said that he was excited to get Michael because Michael's the reason we all make money from the NBA, of course. But then he says, quote, you see this thing coming out with NBC, you're like, wait, y'all did one interview 5 months ago and you're going to sprinkle it in throughout the season? Come on, man. That's disingenuous by NBC. It's crazy. I'm disappointed the way it worked out. It's just a bad look, plain and simple.
This is one of the times you hope what you thought would be true would not be the case, and it was. Michael Jordan is not the most entertaining. Michael Jordan is not the most thought-provoking, and is a complete contrast of his former best friend, Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley's honest. Charles Barkley's funny. Charles Barkley's thoughtful. You might not agree with him, but he's going to speak his mind, and he plays the game. You know, he'll play along and do stuff, and that's why he's been one of the best sports media personalities for the last 30 years. Michael Jordan hasn't. Michael Jordan wanted to get away from the fame. And so the idea of him coming back, you thought, maybe, just maybe. This was very lazy. They oversold it, and it was boring, and it was a waste of time of the greatest basketball player of all time. And it was also, again, the lack of creativity. You talked about this, Rob G., so I don't want to take you. But you and I were on the phone, and you're a producer extraordinaire. We know this. You're the GOAT. And one of the things you do, I had to host.
I think Rob G. cheated before, but go ahead.
I hosted a show where we had to do. It was a show that aired for the whole summer. It was a national show. It was like a, reality sports kind of competition show. And you brought the idea. I had to wear certain outfits and then switch and then wear this one because this is going to be the finale, but technically we're shooting it today. And you made it work so that it could work throughout an 8-week run throughout the summer. And the idea that you just sat Michael Jordan down, same old outfit, probably did a 45-minute interview, and that was it. You didn't mix it up. You didn't switch his outfit, switch it to at least lie to us, mix it up, and make us think you're postponing these conversations. Hey, Mike, the All-Star Weekend's coming up. It meant a lot to you. What was it like playing All-Star? Hey, Mike, what made you get in the dunk contest? You already had a name. You already were this guy in the league. You still did the dunk contest. Don't you think guys should do it now? That would have been something you could have had. Hey, Mike, competition and rivalries. Let's talk about that. Were the Pistons your big rivalry? Like interesting conversations that you could have had throughout the year. Switch up the outfits. There's no creativity. They oversold it. And then to me, you lose the credibility now if you try to bounce back with anything. And Mike Tirico talked about he hopes that they do it again. He'd love to do it again. I don't want to see this again, do you? I don't think anybody wants to see it. And the little bit of hope that we had, because Mike doesn't say anything really that interesting, he doesn't really do that much, the little hope you might have had is now gone.
Charles Barkley is spot on. It was what I was concerned about after seeing the first one, and the idea that he would not be talking about the current players and dissecting or just talking
whatever
about
the big news is.
Right, the news of what's going on with the league. So I'm not overly surprised, because I just thought that this is what it was going to be, and it wasn't going to be something that we thought would be great. And I think that that's disappointing, because I want to hear from Michael Jordan. I really do. I want to hear from him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has insight. I think he has, a know-how. He can speak to these things. And the first thing they gave us was load management. Rob G., what was that, week two
or two into the league
and like
season.
Nobody was load managing at that time. So why was that such a big deal? It didn't even make sense. Like it the whole thing was misguided. It's a waste of God. And you're right. I do it all the time. We do a segment called A Bro You Need to Know.
Mm-hmm.
And it runs for every other week all baseball season. So I do like 13 of them.
Yep.
I change.
Yeah.
Even in 13 weeks, you know what I mean? Like, I'll start out with a jacket on, and then I know that these are going to air in July. I have a short sleeve shirt on. You know what I mean? So that it looks like, okay.
Play the TV Magic game.
Right. And it's so easy to do. They could have easily had them bring 4 outfits or jackets and a different color shirt. You could even just change the shirt.
That's all you need to do.
You know, you could wear the same
blazer. He could have had a jacket on next time, just a polo underneath it. Just mix it up. It's the same. That's disrespectful to us in 2026 when there's so many different ways you can do things. On a Worship Wednesday that has us out here on the road, Super Bowl 60 here in San Francisco, Radio Row, day 3. What a day it's been. It's packed in here, Rob. More and more people are coming in. A lot of people arrive on Wednesday to be here for the rest of the week. So we got Bryce Young. That's right, Heisman Trophy winner, quarterback of the Panthers. We'll talk to him in just a little bit as well. And our set here in San Francisco is the best set in the entire media center. And why? I'll tell you, it's because our set is decked out with ViewSonic monitors. ViewSonic, trusted displays for work and learning, backed by nearly 4 decades of experience. Got us looking great out here in San Francisco. All right, 877-99 on Fox. Big moves in the NBA. Anthony Davis is gone now. He is no longer with the Dallas Mavericks. There's been a bunch of NBA trades, including this one. He's now a Washington Wizard, which we call basically Siberia East. 877-99 on Fox. Good move to get rid of him. D'Angelo Russell and a couple other players. Bad move. Could they have tried to keep him around and see what happens? I say it was bad. Rob says, actually, I don't know what Rob said. What did you say? 877-99.
I'm just saying it ain't some movement that you're making like, oh, everybody's following this. This is what they're doing, because I saw the Cleveland Cavaliers trade for James Harden and give up a 25-year-old. I'm not buying it.
We both agreed I ain't doing that.
Marty in Kentucky, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Marty?
What's up, fellas? How you doing, Rob?
Doing good, Marty.
Doing great on a Worship Wednesday. Amen.
Amen to that.
Well, fellas, I won't say that all the teams are doing it. Some of them clearly aren't, but I will say that I'm noticing more and more teams moving this way. I think in the last 15 years in the NBA, we've seen a real evolution back from when everybody was trying to get 3 superstars to now teams are wanting to get deep. And it's just been a slow evolution of ball movement and more shooters coming into the game. I think players like Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, these last 3 superstars that are lasting deep in their age, they have a lot to do with that evolution. All the players shoot the ball, and sharing the ball, being deep. You look at the 2 teams last year, both built on Paul George trade, both of them in the finals. And people are thinking, let's get rid of this aging superstar.
Hey, Marty.
No doubt.
Yeah,
we appreciate you, Marty.
We're losing your call, man.
Yeah, appreciate you, Marty. No doubt. Thank you.
Farrah.
He's right about the depth.
In Michigan. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Farrah?
What's up, Rob? What's up, Kevin Washington? Shout out EMU alum. How you guys doing this fine Wednesday?
You already know it's Eagles. What's up, brother?
Great.
So, yeah, to talk about the whole Anthony Davis and James Harden situation. So, I remember when AD first got traded literally a year ago from this past Saturday, and the whole argument was it's just to help a win-now move. But it didn't make any sense because you were giving up Anthony Davis for Luka, who was 6 years older and way more injury-prone for Anthony Davis. It didn't make any sense at all. And everybody
it made sense if you didn't want Luka, though. It did make sense.
Why not get someone better? Seriously.
It's just the idea. Like, people can't get over the idea that he wasn't wanted there. And you look at the Lakers now, even with him and LeBron, nobody thinks they're a contender. I mean, you got Luka and LeBron.
See the 3 of them with Austin Reeves.
No, but nobody thinks they're a contender. They can't defend. They're not winning no championship.
Rob, I hear you. I hear your point. What I was going to say was if they didn't want to have him, they should have either just shopped him in the offseason and get way more assets. They basically traded Luka for Chris Middleton and some consolatory picks. That's basically it, no matter how you look at it. Even if I understand the point, which I do agree, they didn't want to pay him $300 million and all this extra money, totally agree. But they should have waited till the offseason. Instead, Nico Harrison got fleeced by his boy, Rob Pelinka. He basically got 50 cents on the dollar for this. And now basically you got Chris Middleton some compensatory picks.
Chris Middleton catching strays.
All right. Hey, Farrah, thank you. Let's squeeze one more in. Michael in Texas. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Michael?
Fellas, first of all, it was a horrible trade. I don't care if you're Dallas or L.A. You don't get AD for Luka. Luka is their prized possession. Secondly, Nico Harrison's not there anymore, so Dallas made a great deal today. Dump in, $58 million off their payroll now, getting rid of AD. I don't care what we got for him. He's off our roster. He doesn't even play for us, even when he's on our roster. So I think growing the team organically is the way to go, a.k.a. OKC, right? OKC did it right. Golden State lucked into it, like you said. That is the way to go, in my opinion, not just getting free agents, superstars, bringing it in.
But those guys don't exist anymore. No. You don't have – all those guys have aged, and that's why you can see that. But that didn't stop Cleveland. That didn't stop Cleveland from going to get James Harden. They are going all in. They think the East is open. There's the Pistons. There's the Knicks. Giannis is going to be gone. So don't tell me that they want to go.
Scenario.
No,
they're still in
everybody's not doing it. But I'm just saying.
The teams that realize they aren't, that's what they're doing.
That's why I'm saying everybody's not doing it. It doesn't make sense to do it.
Rob, I got a pair of Jordans that said Cleveland ain't going. What you say?
That's what?
That Cleveland ain't going.
I'll bet you
it ain't about whether Cleveland is going. I'm telling you that they didn't do what Kelvin's saying, which is dumb old guys.
It's okay.
They just brought in an old guy because they think they can win.
Everybody already knows.
No, everybody doesn't know. Everybody knows you don't know anything about football.
Yeah,
that's what they know.
It's okay, Rob.
Yeah.
All right. We got a great conversation. We're going to chop it up with our guy, Bryce Young, Heisman Trophy winner. We'll see what he is up to right now. Martin Weiss is on updates. What's up, Martin?
Right now, we're looking at the Knicks with a 21-20.
All right, you guys are good.
4 minutes left in the first quarter over the Nuggets.
You right? This takes us right to break, Rob G?
Yeah.
Make that.
All right, cool. Thanks, man.
He's 7 for 9 from the floor, 2 for 2 from 3. A bunch of games about to tip off, too, including, but not limited to, the Timberwolves and the Raptors. And NBA was busy today. The Dallas Mavericks trading Anthony Davis to the Washington Wizards, along with D'Angelo Russell, Dante Exum, and Jaden Hardy, in exchange for Chris Middleton, Marvin Bagley III, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham, 2 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks, as Kelvin Washington said earlier. Who? The Charlotte Hornets acquired Colby White and Mike Conley Jr. from the Chicago Bulls as part of a deal that also saw them acquire Mason Plumlee from Oklahoma City and send Colin Sexton to Chicago. Oklahoma City acquired Jared McCain from the 76ers for a first-round pick and 3 twos. The Raptors acquired the rights to Chris Paul from the Clippers as part of a 3-team trade. OKC star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will be out at least through the All-Star break due to an ab strain. And the Cavaliers trading Lonzo Ball and 2 second-round picks to the Jazz. They expect to waive Lonzo Ball. And in a crazy NBA story, that Jackson Hayes has been suspended for 1 game without pay for pushing Washington Wizards mascot G Wiz in pregame introductions last Friday. Some hirings around the NFL. The Arizona Cardinals hiring former Denver Broncos head coach Nathaniel Hackett as their new offensive coordinator. The Steelers hired Minnesota Vikings pass game coordinator and tight ends coach Brian Angelico as their new offensive coordinator. And Eagles offensive line coach Jeff Stoutland is retiring, boys. That's the guy that came up with the tush push. He's been the Eagles offensive line coach for the last 13 or so years. Fellas, back to you.
That's right. It's the Odd Couple, Rob. That's right. It's the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, out here, of course, in San Francisco, Super Bowl week, Radio Row, having a good time. And as always, have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. Switch to life-changing Wet Extra Large Flushable Dew Wipes, because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and at major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down. And now we're here with Bryce Young, quarterback for the Panthers, and he's here on behalf of the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of America, the largest one-to-one youth mentoring organization in the United States, is partnering with Panthers quarterback Bryce Young and the NFL Inspire Change on the Big Draft recruitment campaign with the goal of drafting 10,000 mentors, a.k.a. Bigs, in 60 days to meet the urgent need for more mentors nationwide. Amen to that. Bryce, what's up? Great to have you on, man.
What's happening?
Doing great stuff there. And we got
Look at those sneakers he has on, man.
These?
No, you got the good ones on. We both got the
Yeah. Hey, cover eyes up. We weren't ready for that, Bryce.
Hey,
Come
it's all Jordan here.
Yeah,
that's right. That's true.
That's all that matters.
Shout out to the young fellas you got here, too. We see the Big Brothers, Big Sisters. We got a couple of young brothers here as well. We were just saying, man, you've been here since Monday. What's it been like?
Yeah, it's been great. It's always a great environment, great atmosphere, being able to connect, being able to, speak with media, with fans. It's always a really cool environment.
Bryce, tell me about Big Brothers and Big Sisters and the idea of being a mentor. I'm a mentor to many. It's very important to me. How about you? How does that fit into your life?
Yeah, agreed. Exactly what you said. Just mentorship is so important. That's something that I've always believed in growing up. Being able to set that example, have that connection, have a path, have someone you could talk to. Big Brothers, Big Sisters does a great job of giving back to the community, pouring into the community, going into a lot of different areas and providing that mentorship. However way you slice it with everything in the world, the next generation, that's the future of society, and it's being able to pour back in. It means so much. I've been a beneficiary of great mentorship. That's a big reason why I've been here. I'm a thorough believer, like you said, now they're working towards, we're all working towards a draft for get some guys as more mentors and just to meet the demand, because there's so many young kids that want that too, that craving, and just want to be able to better themselves, want to be able to grow. Big Brothers Big Sisters does a great job providing those resources, and they need everyone's help to do that.
I want to ask you about this. Late great Greg Harden was my best friend's father. He passed, and he was a mentor to so many in the Tom Brady, Michael Phelps, Desmond Howard, so on and so forth, and even myself growing up. You played a quarterback position, the most important position in all of sports, and a challenge, right? Bryce Young, Heisman winner. Bryce Young isn't doing what he was supposed to do. He's doing good. He's doing bad. How challenging is it being in a position, playing that position, and the mental battle? People don't talk about. We know the physical, but the mental battle playing that position.
Yeah, I think that's a big part of the game within the game is being consistent. For me, I always try to reach onto what's tangible. So I always try to. I'm definitely not too good to hear certain things, but I protect what I hear with the people that I value their opinion. Everyone in the building, I want to hear their opinion. I want to hear how people get better, how I can get better, what I can do, what I'm doing well, what I'm not. The people that I trust, mentors and things like that. How can I learn? But as far as the external noise goes, I'm a sports fan too. I get it. Everyone has opinions, and I think that's great for the sport. But for me individually, you have to embrace, letting that go. Everyone's gonna have their opinion. Not trying to be defensive, not trying to seek validation, but just being able to block it out and focus on the people around you that are important, and then try to be consistent and stay on the path towards growth.
Well, one thing in my career as a newspaper reporter early on, and I started at 22 years old, and I had an editor who didn't think I belonged. I was young. I was at the biggest paper in the country, and he would come at me and be like, your story's not good enough. And my point is, it's not enough just to have criticism. The way I combated that was I wanted him to help me get better. Right? Yeah. So to young people, it's not enough just to be somebody to criticize you.
Yeah.
I took that and I went back to him and I said, well, I want you to help me make this better.
Yeah.
I put the onus on that person. So dealing with criticism is fine and hearing that stuff, but to work through it and have somebody actually help you, do you buy into that whole?
For sure. I respect that a lot, because that takes putting your ego to the side. That takes, putting that pride to the side and taking down being, not just being defensive because someone said something you didn't want to hear. And, that's a challenge. We're all human beings. We all have an ego. We want to, I would love to go out there and be perfect and for, everything to go smooth out. That's not life. And, when that stuff gets challenged, it's, but to be able to let go of that, and exactly like you said, how can it be something productive? Because at the end of the day, you hear something good, you hear something bad. It doesn't mean anything unless it's up to you to decide what that turns into. How do you make it applicable? How do I grow? And like you said, being able to now turn that into something tangible. Okay, well, if this is something I need, what can I do? What does this look like? What's a plan? Here's what I see. How do you feel about this plan? Being able to take that next step, that's a huge thing to do.
Bryce Young on with the odd couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington here, Radio Row, Super Bowl week. Bryce, let me ask you this. You look at yourself as a quarterback, and I imagine you're an intelligent brother. You see things that you say, if I can get better at this, I'll take that next step. You got your team in the postseason. That was a huge step. What do you say, hey, I'm really looking forward to this offseason, improving on what?
Yeah, I don't want to give you just a cookie-cutter answer, to be honest. So I give myself a little bit of time to decompress. And the first thing I do to start the offseason is I go through like a thorough breakdown of like everything I've done, and I watch all my snaps, and I kind of try to map out that plan of like what I'm going to do. Now, honestly, I've not done that yet, so I don't want to just tell you something to tell you. But I think overall, I can say as a team, as a group, I think that for me, it's just making sure that we're focused, making sure that as a team, I think we've done a great job of being able to establish our identity. And I think now for us, it's just making sure that everything we're doing is going towards that identity. For OTAs in the offseason, making sure that everything is on task. I think it was, that was part of what we had to do, was figure out who we want to be and what we can do. I think we've done that, and now it's just making sure that we're going in the right direction. As a leader, as a quarterback, I think that falls on my shoulders. So just organizationally, making sure that we're full steam ahead and, we're going the right direction.
I'm old school. I'm not into, I think sometimes the analytics get too far gone, and we want everybody to be perfect and make every throw. You know what I mean? And things like that. And to me, I'm still a results-oriented guy. I always say this on the radio show. Sports has a short menu. It's wins and losses. And you might be raggedy for 3 quarters, but if you make that game-winning throw, I'm good with the game.
You talking about Caleb?
Yeah, no, because we argued all the time about Caleb Williams. Because everybody, like we'll look at the first 3 quarters and dissect his game.
Caleb's a special guy.
Special
player.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like I would rather that and win the game than to have a perfect score and not win the game.
You said it perfectly. We're, especially at our position, it's about wins and losses. At the end of the day, that's what we're judged off of. That's what we do everything for. At the end of the day, you just want to win. And like you said, it's our job to find a way. It's our job to get it done. It always can look different ways, but getting that is our priority. Like you said, Caleb, I've known him for a while. Great dude, and also a special guy, special talent, special player. I have a ton of respect for what he's been able to do his whole career, this year. I agree.
I was hoping you guys beat the Rams.
We know. We know.
I was hoping you guys beat the Rams.
We know you were. Hey, we're wishing you all the best, man. This upcoming season. Continue to
Absolutely.
Big shout out to the big brothers and big sisters as well. And we got a lot more. Stick with your boys. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
LeBron may have put his foot in his mouth once again. Take a listen.
Playing 82 games in the 80s and 90s is not the same as playing 82 games in the 2020s. It's just not. The way we play, the level of pace, the level of the speed that we're playing at, it's a different game now. It's a totally different game. It's a lot of soft tissue injuries that's happened now because of it.
Straight, Boulder Dash, Poppycock. I mean, come on. Like LeBron, this is where people push away. When you hear this and he's trying to justify and whatnot. We get the injuries and what's going on. People used to get injured there, and it was different defensively. But, Rob G., you did the research, right? Or you found out. You got them, too.
I got the numbers.
And the numbers just don't add up for LeBron, and that's the issue. And that's what we talk about. When you listen to these terrible podcasts and there's nobody there to push back and say, well, that's interesting, LeBron, because back in so-and-so, it's the same, and you're saying you're playing differently. What you got?
Man, let me tell you. You're right, because he is absolutely right what he said.
That's why I want to talk to Rob G. Then.
I got the numbers. No, I'm saying he's absolutely right, and that the 80s and 90s was way harder to play in. Way more difficult to play in.
That's what I'm saying. All right.
Yeah, because, listen, let's talk about the numbers. First of all, LeBron typically, he can be this, he can be polarizing, he can be passive-aggressive. One of the things he normally is very astute when it comes to basketball. His acumen, he knows he's a historian. That's one of the things I appreciate.
How do you say that when he voted for Bronny for the All-Star game?
Well, that's his son. You know what I mean? Nepotism, cronyism.
Yes.
You got to get that done. But, he's very well-studied, historically, knows the game. That's one of the things you can at least appreciate about him. This one, he's dead wrong, in my opinion, for multiple reasons. Number one.
Are we recording this?
The 80s was the absolute, to me, hybrid of the two. You got the fast pace, and he's talking about pacing. Let's talk about the pacing. In the 80s, it was the fastest. In fact, the only pace that they had was 1 year, 87 to 88, when they had a slower pace. They were at 99.6, which the current pace is at 99.6. After that, you're talking 100.6 to 102.1.
Did he ever watch Showtime?
Showtime. The Celtics, the Pistons, the 76ers with Dr. J, Houston with the Hakeem and Ralph Sampson. The Nuggets, they were going back in the day.
The Nuggets would score 175 points on a regular basis. Yes.
Watch
Alex
this.
English and all those guys. Yes.
Kiki Vanderway. Not only were they playing at a higher pace, what else would you see? Punches, clotheslines, and hard fouls.
And they were physical. You come into the lane, guess what? You're going to get a two-piece and a biscuit.
So they are playing at a faster pace, way more physical, They didn't have commercial airlines. They did not have the advanced medicine and nutrition that they have right now.
They used to ride next to me on the plane.
Right, literally.
When I covered the NBA back then, NBA players sat next to me. We were on commercial flights.
Yep.
We took 6 a.m. flights out of every city. Like, that was an NBA rule, because back then you didn't go back home and get in your own bed. You would go on a road trip.
Yep.
And you would stay on the road, and you would fly to the next city, and we would be on those flights.
Exactly. So the idea that, it's just so hard now. All y'all do is go 35 feet out and set pick and rolls. Now, if you want to talk about soft tissue issues and why guys are beat up and brutal, I tell you why, and I've been telling this since the duration of me on this show. It's that they only play basketball since they were 6. And that's all they do. And they're playing for their team. They're playing for the travel league. They're playing AAU. Then they play for this team.
That's not what people did. They played all sports.
They played all sports. How many times we hear about guys playing football, baseball, basketball? Oh, I didn't really lock into basketball until my freshman year, because the other years I was playing this. Or in high school, I had to decide which one am I going to finally commit to, because I played all of these sports. That's the issue why guys are beat down, wore out. That's why LaMelo Ball is always injured, and Lonzo Ball is always injured, and Zion's always injured.
And they played 1 million games on the AAU circuit on the
6
weekend.
on Saturday, 5 on Sunday.
Ridiculous.
Then I go back to my regular team, and I'm playing too much. But the idea that they're playing faster pace and it's harder. Yeah, right. You have everything catered to you. The best medicine, best nutrition, best travel, best doctors.
I don't remember any masseuses traveling when I was covering the NBA in the 80s. I don't remember. I don't even remember. There was some fat guy in there rubbing you down after a game.
That's all about the best you got. What was the dude with the Pistons for all those 30, 40 years? What was his name? Mike
Abdenauer.
Abdenauer, exactly.
That's a good call for you. Very good. Mike Abdenauer.
Yeah. So I'm blown away with this one, LeBron. It's a big miss, because they played at a faster pace throughout the duration of the 80s. They played much more physical basketball. They didn't have the advancement of medicine and technology. So I don't get where he's going. And guys do. And then your guy, Joe Dumars, came out and said they're saying there's no more when it comes to the load management, there's no significant data that concludes that you're better off with load management.
Now 4.
That's either 20 or 24, because it's either 5 or 6.
With Rob G.
So you are putting in work.
And
Rob.
Jonas. I went out to lunch with them.
And
Rob.
Yes.
You're going to be able to get on the plane back?
I know. And then we're going to the volume party.
Yeah. That's going to be.
And then Shannon's party. So it's a lot going on tonight.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. Here we go. 1-2 last night. I'm now 40-27. 40-27. Here we go. Best bet. I'm going to take, believe it or not, the Siberia Kings I'm going to take them minus 1.5 against the Grizzlies with all the trade.
Yeah,
They're the
I get
favorites
that.
in Sacramento. I'm going to take the Clippers plus 3.5. They're the Clippers plus, I should say, 2.5. I see the spread has changed. 2.5. They're in Los Angeles taking on the Cavaliers. And I'm going to take the Spurs minus 9.5 at home taking on the Thunder. So we got the Clippers plus 2.5, Kings minus 1.5. That's the best bet. And the Spurs minus 9.5. And remember, Kelvin.
Yeah.
I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on.
Appreciate it. That's funny that the Clippers and the Cavs are playing after this big deal. Did they see that coming up, or they just didn't care?
Yeah, it was on the schedule.
Yeah,
I just
like,
want to save them money on the travel or whatever.
Hey, how much are them flights? Yeah, we done gave James Harden so much money. We ain't trying to spend no more.
We're not paying for any more, right?
All right. It is now time for your tire rack play of the day.
Here comes LeBron!
Wow. Again, bad pass. It hung in the air, and that's free safety, LeBron James.
LeBron James.
LeBron James. That is Spectrum Sportsnet on your Tire Rack Play of the Day. Tire Rack Play of the Day brought to you by Tire Rack. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. They will come to you wherever you are, even if you're up here in San Francisco. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
So Shedeur Sanders had a big Pro Bowl, huh?
Yeah. What did he? Actually, I didn't. I just know I know he threw an interception.
Right?
Yeah. Who Jamar Chase let him down, didn't he?
He threw 2 picks. But anyone's keeping Pro Bowl stats that it was a fake game 24 hours ago.
I am, and you know what? He couldn't even dominate a fake game. It's a sham. He can't even dominate the Pro Bowl flag football game. But somehow you guys are walking around, strutting around, talking about Shedeur Sanders. I want you to talk about these stats because you're the ones who are oh, he made the Pro Bowl.
Who's saying that other than Deion?
He made the Pro Bowl.
Deion's the only one.
He did something I wasn't able to do my first 3 years.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you, Rob. My boy did something I didn't even do.
How embarrassing.
You're supposed to ask me, what did he do, Prime?
What did he do?
My boy made the Pro Bowl his first year. It took me 3 years before I made my first Pro Bowl.
And he threw 2 interceptions on the first game in the Pro Bowl.
That's all right. No, Rob, let me tell you what them. They ain't intercepted, baby. Right there. That's me giving blessings to the other people. I'm giving blessings, Rob G. That's what we doing out here. Sanders family, we giving out blessings over here, baby. God got us.
And they were blaming that. You know what? And the worst part about it is they blamed Judy for those 2 interceptions, and he wasn't even in the Pro Bowl.
No, they blamed another person. And this today was Jamar Chase.
Right?
Jamar Chase. I saw him. He was on one of our shows. Was it Stu Gotts earlier? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Shout out to Stu Gotts. By the way, we got to meet him yesterday at the team dinner. Got to meet Stu Gotts. He was like, yeah, whatever, I'm out of here, man. Who's the dude? Who's the crazy guy eating on the lamb chops? I was like, oh, that's my co-host. He was like, oh,
you know what? But I'm all right. You know what? I survived the night. I slept like a log.
Yeah. The best thing, believe it or not, the food was fantastic. That daggone cheesecake they brought out was like a fried cheesecake.
Creme brulee.
Creme brulee cheesecake. Mm-hmm. Man, that was phenomenal.
Rob G, what were you eating over there? You had a lobster, I know you had. What else did you have?
I didn't get any lamb chops. That's what you're asking.
Everybody's asking. You got lamb chops.
No, he didn't. Sagar did. He got.
He
got the shaved one. No, you the only one. You took all the chops.
Alex, I was not hogging the lamb chops.
Yes, Alex, they brought him the most massive to-go bag you've ever seen. Am I lying? It was embarrassing.
It's on Broussard.
It was.
We are Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it.
The
Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong.
You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice.
And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King.
The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun.
I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun. Hour number 2 here on the Odd Couple on a Worship Wednesday. Rob Parker, Kelvin, Washington. Yeah, we are live, Radio Row, San Francisco, California. The weather's been really great here.
It has been, man. It has.
It really has. I only stepped over 14 bums today. I'm just saying.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, we still got a long night left.
I'm still waiting
so you
for
might get up to 40.
A bum-free Thursday. Is that possible?
No. Bum, I'm not going to lie. Bum is a little harsh.
Bum
is very not 2026 of you.
I meant Bumblebee.
Yeah, like,
right, Bumblebee.
you know, unhoused.
You should see Rob G was like, this guy calling people bums.
Yeah, unhoused, you know, under-resourced, something like that. Bum might not be the way to go about it.
You know, I mean, people were telling me about San Francisco and this and that. And then, you know, I asked the guy about all the homelessness here.
What did he say? He
said it was a vicious rumor started by 2 million people living in cardboard boxes. I'm just...
Listen, I'm not going to lie. I've been to a couple corners and was kind of like, oh. Look at Sagar and Elijah. You know Elijah's had enough. I ain't never seen Elijah's leg up. Elijah's had enough. His leg is up. He's shaking his head.
Laughing, though. Alex, you didn't laugh? Sagar's laughing. Sagar's laughing. No.
Wait a minute. Roger, I told you about the dance.
Why can't I dance?
You can't do the dance. We're in public.
Play it again, Alex.
Oh, my gosh. Don't do this again. This. See, look at Monty's face. Look, thank you, Monty.
Shout out to Punjabi MC.
That's right.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex, did you laugh? No?
Rob, if I haven't heard that about 7 million times, I might have. Actually, you know who did laugh, Rob?
Who?
Let me pot him up.
Oh, Chris laughed.
Chris laughed. Where is Chris anyway? I'm shocked Chris isn't here. Hey, well, and
oh no, I know what she's doing.
She's doing.
I know what she's doing.
She's helping our YouTube.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Well, Elijah, at least we'll get to 30,000 subscribers.
We just got to 40K.
Yes,
For all you listening, Monty is on. So if you want to hurry up and run to YouTube right now, she's on there. Just search Odd Couple FSR.
Best of all, she's bouncing back there.
Oh,
Don't get fired. Rob, caution.
Thank you, Monty.
Thanks,
Monty.
Monty.
Just play the song to be safe, Rob. You start dancing.
No.
You didn't have to be so literal. Like, yes, literally, she was, jumping, but you didn't have to like literally say.
Sorry, Monty.
Where are we at? 45,000 subscribers now?
Yes, I know. Right after that. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like Tire Rack. Tire, like mobile tire installation.
Now he heard tires, and you know what he was thinking about. What do tires do? They can bounce. Come on.
TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
And by the way,
and be sure to check out our YouTube channel.
Yeah, we went over that.
Just search Odd Couple.
Yeah, just search Monty at this point.
Yes.
Which, by the way, what a waste of a person at Fogo de Chao. She's like, can I get the grilled cauliflower? What a waste of Fogo de Chao. Alex, they're bringing out steaks and lamb and lobsters and scrimps and everything.
Monty, that's where you live a little.
And Monty's like, oh my gosh, they have the trail grilled tofu. It's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
No, she had some cauliflower.
Right. Parmesan crusted cauliflower.
No. Unbelievable.
All
right. Hey, don't forget, coming up in about 25 minutes, Mark Funky Cole Medina, Essentially Sports, and of course Fox Sports Radio, NBA Insider. We'll talk with Mark Medina. Busy day in the NBA, and the trade deadline is tomorrow, so we'll probably see more. And then another thing coming up in this hour, Carl Cany, a fashion designer, somebody we're very
come on, man. Familiar with.
Yeah, very familiar with in Detroit. He's going to be dressing the person singing the national anthem.
Not a person. Coco Jones.
Coco Jones.
Put some respect on her name.
It's not the national anthem. It's the.
I thought it was the national anthem.
The previous anthem. The Lift Every Voice and.
Oh, is that the one?
Yeah. Well, that's the black person national anthem.
There you go.
Just
Lift
say it, Rob
every
G.
voice and sing.
You want me to say it?
No, but I'm just saying. Just say.
I didn't know what song it was.
Oh.
Lift Every Voice. No, I'm not being funny. That's actually the
Is that
Black
what she's
National
singing?
Anthem. Yeah, she's singing Lift Every Voice.
Okay. I didn't know which one she
For a
was
second
singing.
when you said just say it, I thought you were going to say the N-word, Rob G.
No, I didn't say that.
That's what you were trying to say.
Boy, this show ain't going to make it, Elijah. We ain't going to make it.
You need to
Hey, Rob,
relax.
what country should the NFL
No,
play next?
no country.
Said it on the air.
Coco Jones,
El
big-time
Salvador.
R&B artist, and Donovan Mitchell's fiance, Coco Jones.
Okay, so Coco Jones.
Oh, yeah.
And
he's got a lot going on.
Carl Cany. Yeah, it'll be great
NIL
to talk
deals
with
and
him as
everything.
well. All right, so we got a lot to get to in that. Rob G, the Super Bowl, and this is the same thing that we've been talking about the idea of team versus quarterback.
Yeah, that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, they're saying that
Are those your wings?
the L in Super Bowl LX stands for long shot, right? And that's because these two teams together, the Seahawks and the Patriots, statistically is the most unlikely Super Bowl in NFL history. Combined odds entering the season of 4,800 to 1. So nobody saw these teams coming here, and for big reason. Neither one of them coming into the year had what you would call a top-flight quarterback. Drake May showed flashes as a rookie, but nobody saw him really making that kind of a leap. And Sam Darnold, as good as he was last season in Minnesota, still has the reputation, the stench of being a turn into a pumpkin type of player. So, guys, now that this has happened, and this happens kind of regularly if you think about it, anytime you get to the Super Bowl, there's always at least one quarterback who is either on his rookie deal or is very severely underpaid. In fact, since 2012, there's only been 2 Super Bowls that did not feature a quarterback on his rookie contract. And so now when you saw this season, Patrick Mahomes didn't make the playoffs. Lamar Jackson didn't make the playoffs. Joe Burrow didn't make the playoffs. There are a lot of people around the league, both internally and externally in the media, that think this type of season where you see 2, also ran kind of quarterbacks coming into the season, make the jump, get their team to the Super Bowl because the rest of the roster around them is so good. Do you agree?
I totally disagree. I think this is a one-off, and it happens sometimes. That's why Matthew Stafford's in the mix as a 37-year-old with a chance to get an MVP late in his career. That doesn't happen. It really doesn't. Like, he was never in the mix for it.
That's true.
It's a one-off.
He was never in the mix.
It was never in the mix all the way, like 17 years in the league, and now he has a chance to win an MVP. So I think it's a one-off. Do you think Patrick Mahomes or Lamar or Joe Burrow, all these guys are never going to win again, and it's going to be teams that are more balanced and don't have a great quarter? I just don't think that's the case. Things like this happen sometimes where you have bad starts by some teams, collapses, injuries. We see more injuries today, with star players, good players. So I'm not saying that a team doesn't want a more balanced team, but they also want a great quarterback if they can have it. And I would bet that 8 or 7 of the next 10 Super Bowls, some of those great quarterbacks are going to be winning them, and it won't be Drake May or Sam Darnold's going to run off 3 Super Bowls. I just don't see that. It's a one-off. It happens sometimes, and I think that's what this season is.
I get it. I think where I would disagree with you and agree with the numbers are that you could be right. Like, let's say it's Lamar Jackson next year, or it's Patrick Mahomes, one of the usual guys who are getting all the money.
Not Patrick. He's never won another one. Go ahead.
Guys who are getting buku money. The difference is, and to what Rob G was stating, then it might be against Caleb Williams, who's still on a rookie deal. It could be against a guy like that. I think you.
So the Lions are out of the mix then, right?
So the Lions got one more chance. I told you, one more year.
So
they got one more year. I told you with Jared Goff. You can't keep having a standstill quarterback. I told you, this is coming from a fan. You got one more crack if your offensive line is amazing. Other than that, it won't work. But I think we'll still continue to see where you might get a hybrid of the two. What you were saying, a star quarterback, but to Rob G's point, where you'll always have a underpaid or a young guy in it. And part of it is just because when I don't have to pay young Russell Wilson, I can have the Legion of Boom and Big Beast Mode and some guys around them. I can have a bigger team because I haven't had to pay that guy.
But the Rams won a Super Bowl without doing that. And I'm just saying, they went out and spent all the money, F the picks, They don't care. You know what I mean? And they might
that was Joe Burrow, right?
No.
Wait, Rams, who they beat?
They beat Joe Burrow.
Yeah, Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
He wasn't paid, right? So that's
Right,
that's
but
the
I'm
point.
just saying,
You're going to
you
get a team there who doesn't have to. It won't be both a Matthew Stafford making all the money and a Patrick Mahomes making all the money. Is what we're saying. You're going to get a young Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl. You're going to get a young Patrick Mahomes. You're going to get a young Russell Wilson. You're going to get a young Tom Brady. Those first few, where you just get guys who are young Ben Roethlisberger. I mean, you can go down the line where these young guys get in because it's like, oh shoot, Nick Foles, and you just have young people who haven't making money because I can spend all that money elsewhere and I can be able to create a good team. I can have the best players because ultimately you get teams that eventually they overpaid. The defense gets crazy. Now you got to make changes. You lose guys, and I got to shave all that money and put it to the quarterback. So I just think you're going to continue to find teams that are very well-rounded, coached, and they got just enough of a window with a young guy that they can make it a chance to run at a Super Bowl before they got to pay the young guy all the money.
I hear that whole thing, and I don't think that it's automatic.
I don't think it's automatic.
And we need to see more of those situations. And you're talking about, even when you talk about a Caleb or a Joe Burrow getting to, these are the best of the best. These aren't no middle-of-the-road quarterbacks you're not paying money where you're saying, well, we don't need a big-time quarterback. And we've seen it with lesser-than quarterbacks, but they always have a historically great defense or something of that ilk.
But that's what they're saying. You build around. You have this amazing defense. To your point, the Buccaneers with Brad Johnson, or you have this amazing defense, special teams, and then if you get a quarterback
I just don't think you could build. I don't think that's like some of those are once in a lifetime. Even when you look at the Texans, like we talked about it all year. Hey, this is a Super Bowl defense. Well, if you didn't have good quarterback play, guess what?
They ain't even need good.
But it negated it,
they
though,
needed
is
mid.
what I'm trying to say to you.
But so
it still
watch this,
negated it.
But here's why I think.
Doesn't matter what the quarterback was making. If he doesn't play well enough or he didn't turn the ball over, you still won't win.
But here's why I think if you go with the ideology of building these teams up, the Texans can say, we have shots at it because Mixon's going to come back and they can actually run the ball. Defense is going to be great. And then you can say, we keep having chances because our defense is that good.
But the only thing is that I'm going to discount it is the 2 championships. I know they're going for a 3-peat, but they won. Patrick Mahomes was making 64% of the salary cap. So even
that
in
first go-around, he wasn't.
But I'm saying the second one where they won back-to-back, he got his money. He was high paid, and they couldn't keep other people, and they didn't have the total team, but somehow they were able to still win 2 Super Bowls.
And dang it, if they could kept some people, they might have won another one.
But you see my point.
I know that's why I said it's not foolproof. I just think teams are like, when you're building something, I keep going back to that Seahawks team, since we got Seahawks here. When you start to build something, Pete Carroll, we know even at USC, we always talk about the offensive players at USC. Well, you know what they were also amazing at was defense. And Pete Carroll is known for defense. And he gets the Legion of Boom, which they weren't at that time. They get created the Legion of Boom. And then you get to running game. Pete Carroll wants to run. Reggie Bush, Lendale White. He gets this amazing defense. That's what he does. He gets the running game going. We're supposed to have Matt Flynn, but he goes, no, we're going to get this young guy. Young guy balls out in the next few years, you're in a couple of Super Bowls. So I think that's kind of the point of what a lot of teams are saying. If we can hit a lick for about 3-4 years before we got to pay guy X, we can have a run at it before we.
So if Seattle loses, and this is my scenario.
I'm hearing you.
And Sam Darnold plays poorly, okay? Because that has to be a part of the equation. He turns into the guy who turns the ball over all the time. If you're Seattle, do you go, God, did we waste this defense and this team with the also-ran quarterback with a guy who couldn't play? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you look at it like that? Or
what was the option then? What do you?
No.
What was the other option?
I'm just saying, as him not being a top-flight quarterback or a guy that people believed in all year as well as they played. Rob G knows this. You know this. That people doubted them the whole way through. Despite all of that.
I think there's still a contingency going to do it on Sunday.
Right.
That are like, he got a Darnold at some point. Yeah, I believe that. I truly believe a lot of people.
Because they can't believe how well he played in the last game and go, like, he's due for a stinker.
Yeah, we had Brentley Weissman with us yesterday. He was. I thought I was talking to you. I turned my back on you, and I was like, what is this, Rob Parker Jr.? He was right there with you. But I think.
Because there are a lot of people like him. I don't think I'm the lone wolf.
That's why I said I agree. I think he could be, when we talked about this going into the NFC Championship game, and I said all he has to do is be what we said C.J. Stroud would be, which was to not hurt his team. He ended up being the reason, the large reason they won. No, not to C.J. Darnold, I'm saying.
Oh.
But, yeah, I want to build the team and hope I get the young guy, the good guy for a handful of years so we can be good for a while.
All right, 877-99 on Fox, 877-996-6369. Is the Super Bowl matchup a sign of things to come? Are the days of top quarterbacks dominating the league over? No way, no how. I mean, I don't think so. We'll continue that conversation next with you. Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, here on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
America.
So, guys, this has been an ongoing issue for years now in the NFL. They do the Rooney Rule. It has no impact whatsoever.
Terrible.
It's just satisfying a box on a check sheet. Here's the question. Why does this keep happening? And what can they do to fix the problem?
I'm gonna be unconventional here.
Okay.
I'm blaming the black players in the NFL for this scourge, not the owners.
Okay.
Not the owners, because they will not make a change unless, Kelvin, you force them to make a change. And I'm serious. The Players Association, weak and terrible. The players themselves. Where is the press conference with the top 10 black players saying this is garbage, this is ridiculous? You know, I saw somebody go, well, DEI is dead or whatever. Wait a minute. The league is 70% black. The DEI is the white guys who keep getting hired in a black league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not the other way around.
Yeah.
It's mind-boggling. But we saw it in the NBA. What did they do? Donald Sterling was was an owner for 40 years in the NBA.
Finally got caught up.
Guess what got him out? The players came together and said, guess what, Adam Silver? We will not, NOT, play the playoffs if this guy is still an owner. He was out like that.
Yep.
A billionaire out like that. Because all the players have to do is stop the game.
No,
stop these owners, stop the league, and say, we will not participate in the league that we have no future in. The playing career is a small one. Most guys in the NFL get a cup of coffee and a sweet roll. You're lucky if the average career is 3 years, 2.5 years, 3 years. So you know how many people get 5 games or nothing in order for it to be 3? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it tells you, and yet they continue to go along with it. All these big mouths on television, former athletes, they got something to say about everything except this. Where is the outcry? Where is the call for something to happen? All these former players, these guys all got big-time money. They can't be hurt to be unified and fight for something that's worth it. And it's not about you. It's about all the guys who can't play at that level and make that money and want to have a career. Those are the guys you need to stand up for. Everybody's not going to be a star and be set for life. They need a job, an opportunity. They want to coach.
It's also, Rob, it's also what it says about the mental capacity. Right? And I brought this up again, little history lesson. It's hey, you can be a black quarterback in college. It's cool because you played a little bit in high school. Come on. We got it from here. When the professional ranks, we got it from here. And for decades, black quarterbacks coming out of college were told to what? Go be a receiver. Go be a defensive back, Tony Dungy. Go be all these other things but a receiver, a quarterback. Because not only
They told Lamar to do that.
They told Lamar,
for
go be a receiver. Lamar, and this was what, 2017-ish or so, 18-ish? It's not like that was 50 years ago. Hey, you just won a Heisman a couple years back. But by the way, don't come play the quarterback position in the NFL.
That was Bill Polian, who's a Hall of Fame
general manager. And what that screams is there's still an ideal of, well, you can't lead a team. The leader on the team on the field is who? The quarterback. The leader off the field is who? The coach. We already know there's multiple, the leaders of that picking the team as general managers. And for daggone sure, the leaders of those are the owners, and we aren't getting there as well. So to me, it just continues to scream, you can be the labor. Go do all the hard hits.
Right.
Go get the CTE. Go out there, make the tackles. And you and I talk about it all the time. How many guys, Rob G, come on our show telling stories of beating batter? You've seen them walk around here. You can go do that. But you're not going to own it. You're not going to be general manager, control the team.
Not going to be the face of it.
You're not going to be the face by being a coach. And we just now really let you be a quarterback the last 10, 15 years. So to me, that's what it screams. It is your boys, the odd couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, on a Worship Wednesday. DJ Ali Alex back in LA for us. Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it is not. Switch to life-changing Wet Extra Large Flushable Dude Wipes because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and at major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean pants down. They're right in front of us here. If you're on YouTube, you see them. And if you missed any of today's show and you want to catch the show, all you got to do, check out our podcast. Just search Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast. And right after the show, today's pod is going to be posted. Be sure to follow the podcast, rate it 5 stars, and you can even provide a review. We appreciate it as always. So go search anywhere you get your podcast. Just look for the Odd Couple. 5 stars, subscribe, pass it along. Greatly appreciated. 877-99 on Fox. The Super Bowl, we're just curious. Rob G's read the stats. Are teams going to look to build a team and get a quarterback on the cheap, or a rookie quarterback on a rookie deal, or do they still want to get that big splashy QB? 877-99 on Fox. Let's take some calls. Who do you got? See who we got in a moment here.
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I don't see.
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the brother right here. Just walked in front of us. Let's go to Max in Georgia. Max, you're on with the Odd Couple on a Worship Wednesday. What's up, Max?
Hey, fellas, honor and a pleasure to be on with you now.
Thank you, Max. Appreciate that, brother.
For me, you know, I love the Drake, and I love what Vrabel's been able to build on this team. It's impressive. But I got to be honest. Where are the great quarterbacks? I mean, it's like we either don't have them anymore or we don't see them anymore. It's been over a decade. I mean, where are the stats, the yards, the touchdowns, the highlight plays? I mean, we used to have a league where you'd have 300 to 400 yards passing in a league that still valued running the ball. This league today with the rules, it's offensively biased. We got guys who are the best at their position supposedly, but they don't make it to the big game, or they're too busy losing the game and then crying at the podium. I just don't understand where are our leaders.
Are you saying, to jump in, are you saying where are the Peytons, where are the Peyton Mannings, the Tom Brady's, the Ben Roethlisberger's, that kind of Drew Breeses?
We have some. You know, you got the Herberts and the Allens and the Mahomeses, I guess, but it's like we need more. I mean, this league, it's offensively biased. The rules are set for offense, and these guys today, they're struggling to break 300 yards.
But the difference is, Max, I think sometimes you think that the era we just left with all these great quarterbacks is always, but that's not. This is
there was like 3 or 4 guys.
Right.
And I think we have to. I mean, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, those guys are crazy good.
Right, but they haven't won. The other two haven't won yet. Yeah. But I'm just saying.
But they're 7 and 28. And
But I'm thinking like the era we just passed was like you got some of the all-time great quarterbacks played. You know what I mean? Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, all played at the same time.
You might have 3 guys who are in the top 5 of all time.
Do you know what I'm saying?
And not to mention wherever you want to place Drew Brees.
So I think that can kind of like you think that all the quarterback eras of the NFL is like that, to have 5 Hall of Famers playing at the same time, and I don't think that that's going to be legit or going to be realistic. Danny in Washington, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Danny? How are you?
Hey, very good, brother. How you doing?
Doing great.
Well, I'm a Seahawks fan, but talking about the quarterback, you guys are, and what his responsibilities are, going all the way back to Pete Carroll again. Number one, by having a running game, you keep that defense in the box and keep them honest. You got to have a good offensive line, and the quarterback, you're well aware of what he can do and what he can't do. You don't expect too much of him. You keep it to where his responsibilities are something within what he can do. Because you're running the ball, you got a good defense, but you got a great offensive line, and that quarterback is expected to do what you know he's capable of doing. You don't expect any Patrick Mahomes or Tom Brady. You know this guy can be kind of iffy, so his responsibilities are what he's able to do. You design your offense around that.
Let me ask you this question, though. Danny, let me ask you this question. Is Sam Darnold the weak link on this team to you? You're a Seattle fan. Is that the weak link? Is that what you fear the most?
You know, I can't really answer that.
Well, yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I think he's – okay. I wouldn't call him a weak link.
No, I'm asking you. No, Danny. It's a simple. It's not the end of the world. We're not giving you whether you pass.
It's your answer. It's not a right or wrong.
It's not a right or wrong answer. If you look at all the facets of the Seahawks, defense, offense, quarterback, special team, is he the weakest link of all those things on a team?
Again,
Seahawks?
I would. When you want me to say is he a weak link, he is a guy.
Okay. All right. You don't want to answer it, Danny. It's okay. It's okay.
Right. Danny could say no if he didn't. If he didn't.
Okay. Pick something else. But he's going up. Well, I don't. He doesn't want to say it because I get it. He's a Seahawks fan. He knows he's the weak link and is afraid to say it because he doesn't want to jinx it for the Super Bowl or something, which is fine.
Yeah.
All he had to do was say no. It's the defense, or no. It's the offense as a whole. That's all I asked you.
Right. No.
It's not the end of the world.
Or maybe he thinks they're just that complete. Ain't no weak link.
Mark Funky Cole Medina.
There's always, no matter how strong something is the weakest link.
All right, no, I hear you. Mark Funky Cole Medina. We'll talk to him in a moment. A bunch has been happening in
like
NBA.
We have NBA coverage on Fox Sports Radio. Mark Medina. You know what I'm saying?
Martin, you see
right.
Yeah, everybody. Martin, you got an hour and a half. You might catch it straight too. Everybody catch it.
I'm about to say. See what happens when you don't get the last two lamb chops.
Hey.
Hey, Martin, the best part was his face on that 8th one. He was like, everybody's like, come on, Rob. He was like, I ain't going to be able to do it. No,
but you know what? Elijah and Saga, they were like, don't do it. You don't have to do it if you don't want
Rob G, I just don't feel good. I don't think I can do the show. That's what we didn't want to happen. We can't afford to happen in San Francisco. We need you.
I ate 8 solid, Martin. They were good, too. My God.
All right, let's get to the score so you have enough time for Marky Cole Medina. There's a ton of stuff going on in the NBA right now. At the half, the Knicks lead the Nuggets 55-53. Jamal Murray with 24 first-half points. Karl Towns with 12. He also, at the end of the first quarter, got a cut on his face, above his eyebrow. Was bleeding profusely all over his jersey. Stopped the game for quite a bit near at the end of the first quarter there. That game right now at the half. 1 minute away from the half, the Raptors lead the Timberwolves 67-57. Scotty Barnes with 8.6 rebounds, 6 assists, triple-double watch. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. The Rockets lead the Celtics 17-14. Şengün with 4, Derek White with 5. First quarter just about to end for the Pelicans and the Bucks, 32-27. New Orleans in the lead. Trey Murphy has 9. The Dallas Mavericks are trading Anthony Davis to the Washington Wizards. D'Angelo Russell, Dante Exum, Jaden Hardy going to Washington. Chris Middleton, Marvin Bagley the third, A.J. Johnson, Malachi Branham. 2 first-round picks and 3 second-round picks headed back to Dallas. The Charlotte Hornets acquired Kobe White and Mike Conley from the Bulls. They also acquired Mason Plumlee from Oklahoma City and sent Colin Sexton to Chicago. Speaking of OKC, Jared McCain is on his way to the Thunder from the Philadelphia 76ers for a first-round pick and 3 second-round picks. And OKC star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will be out for at least through the All-Star break with an abdominal strain. Chris Paul, his rights got traded to the Toronto Raptors, and Lonzo Ball traded to the Jazz. They expect to waive him, so likely be a free agent. In NFL news, the Arizona Cardinals hiring former Denver Broncos head coach Nathaniel Hackett as their new offensive coordinator. The Steelers hired Minnesota Vikings passing game coordinator and tight ends coach Brian Angelico as their new offensive coordinator. Eagles offensive line coach Jeff Stoutland is retiring. Drake May, a full participant in Super Bowl practice today despite having that shoulder injury. And Fox Sports' Jay Glazer was asked if Max Crosby's time with the Raiders is done. Glazer responded and said, I think I do, and predicted that Crosby will fetch more in the trade market than Michael Parsons did. Fellas, back to you.
No doubt.
Hey, Martin, did you say Jeff Stoutland is retiring?
The tush push architect himself, hanging him up.
You know where he went to school, right?
Where?
Southern Connecticut State University.
I think you told. Yeah, I think you told us.
Wow.
And,
and one other thing, Lonzo Ball is going to get cut by the Jazz.
That's what they expect.
Can we get a comment from LeVar?
Oh, that's my boy. Let me tell you something. He's coming back to the Lakers. He's coming back home, baby. I had it all planned on all of them. LiAngelo, he going to stop his rapping right now and come back.
And LaMelo going to get a full shirt, not a crop top.
See, y'all don't understand.
You want to play me one-on-one?
It was playing, baby. My boys never lost. Never lost.
Thank you, Martin. Appreciate it. Couple Rob and Kelvin.
Would look good on you, too.
I can't even hear you. My headphones tripping. I can't hear nothing you talking about right now. At least get my hold on. You got them laughing. I know they're not laughing at that. They better be laughing at something else. Okay. All right. Don't be laughing at that. You got people. Don't be entertaining an audience out here.
So I'm sorry.
Now, listen, if I get my abs back, we can crop top it. Okay? All right.
Do it.
When the cold weather sets in, everyday aches and pains can linger, but Aleve got your back with up to 12 hours of body pain relief. And per dose, Aleve keeps you going with long-lasting body pain relief this winter. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains. Speaking of aches and pains, by the way, I might need a lead because me and Rob G was getting it in this morning. Where are you at in the gym? Don't be hitting the mark. He's hitting us with crickets right now. Me and Rob G.
I was in line while
getting the wings. You're getting wings after eating 12 lamb chops last night. Me and Rob G putting in that sweat equity.
You guys just happened to bump in. Y'all didn't know y'all going to be working
Didn't I text
right?
you? I texted him. He said, I'm already down here. I said, I'll be down there in 5. Mark Funky Cole Medina. We'll put you in a text next time. Essentially Sports, Fox Sports
They don't
Radio,
even-
NBA
they don't even
Insider.
include me in
Because we knew. Oh, I can't do it right now. I can't stop eating these bounty wings. Mark, we're having a great time out here in San Francisco. What's up? The NBA said let's make a bunch of moves today, huh?
Yeah, I'm at Intuit Dome, where incidentally the Cleveland Cavaliers and LA Clippers are going to be playing after making that James Harden, Darius Garland trade. I'm not sure if a James Harden video tribute is in store, but we'll wait and see.
Yeah, I think you know that ain't happening. They've been getting a lot of tributes that kind of seem a little over the top, but I don't think that one's happening.
It's way over the top. It's ridiculous.
They gave Russell Westbrook a tribute video. I think if they're giving Russ a tribute video, James Harden will get a few highlights.
I don't know about James. I think, James, we talked about this. Jump in on us with this. James Harden, I mean, when you start to go down everywhere he leaves, it ends up being bad. The situation, he goes for greener pastures. I mean, what do you make of his time with the Clippers and just where he is with this in his career? Do you think it's a win for the Cavs or the Clippers?
Flip a coin. Like both, this trade can work for both sides, but it can also blow up in their face. Because with James Harden, how's the fit going to be with Donovan Mitchell? They're both two ball-dominant point guards. James Harden in the playoffs, we've seen he doesn't have a good track record there. With the Clippers, Darius Garland has a toe injury. I've been told he's probably not coming back until All-Star weekend or after All-Star weekend. But I think the plus side is the Cavs have a player that might be more comfortable as far as, veteran experience, et cetera. They're trying to catch lightning in a bottle because they've been struggling this season, and maybe they can get another star this offseason. And with the Clippers, they're getting younger. But, yeah, this trade might blow up in their face, but it also could be the best for both sides considering that both teams were kind of moving in mud this season.
What other trades are you expecting? Are we expecting any blockbusters? Tomorrow's the deadline. Will Giannis be moved? Will there be anything else that we should be looking for?
Yeah, well, there's a bunch of things, but I think the main thing, obviously, is Giannis Antetokounmpo. It's 50-50. If I had to guess, I think that he stays with the Milwaukee Bucks only because the Bucks will think, hey, this offseason, maybe there's more offers. Right now, it's about the Warriors and the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Warriors are willing to package any combination of players together outside of Steph Curry and draft picks, where the Wolves, same idea, but they don't have as much draft capital. So I think from now until then, Minnesota's going to try to make some more deals to get draft picks. I don't think that it's going to be enough for the Bucks to pull the trigger, though. The other big deal, though, is going to be John Moran. I think it's inevitable that Memphis trades him. The moment that they traded Jaren Jackson Jr. to the Utah Jazz for picks, it very much signaled they're tearing this down. And maybe they already had done that with the Desmond trade last year to Orlando, but this further signified that it's no longer about trying to get as much as you can in return for John Moran. It is about just cutting your losses and starting from square one. So I expect that he will be dealt before the deadline.
Well, stay there with Ja for a moment, because at least with Giannis, we've heard about the 5 teams, right? The Timberwolves, the Knicks, the Warriors, so on and so forth. Now, some rumors about the Cavs maybe. But Ja, where does he fit? Where does Ja fit in? I don't really hear teams talking about Ja. I mean, we know he's special, he's a talent, but with Rob, as Rob talked about yesterday, all the issues that come with him, I just feel like I haven't heard any fit that kind of seems to be natural.
Well, this is the case where silence speaks volumes, right? There's a reason why you haven't heard as much, because there's not as much talk about Ja because of what you mentioned. I think the bigger thing is his durability and his consistency when he's on the floor. For what it's worth, I've asked his different teammates on the Grizzlies these last few years about him, and they swear by him as far as like, hey, he made a mistake. He's still a great leader behind the scenes, good teammate, went on the floor great. But I think the larger concern is just how he meshes with the coaching staff and how, consistently reliable he can be from a health standpoint. So with that, I think it's slim pickings. But if I had to guess the teams that are going to be in the mix, it's the Sacramento Kings, because they're on a fire sale, and the Kings, really have nothing to lose because they're not going anywhere. I think the Miami Heat could be a player, because the Heat have had a pretty good track record of turning guys around and holding them accountable better than the previous organization. Look at what, before the whole injury stuff with Jimmy Butler happened, when they inherited him from Philadelphia, they helped revitalize his career. I think that's the feeling that they can do with Ja. Now, what do the Miami Heat give up? outside of Bam Adebayo, I think that they're making anyone available, but they don't want it so much that they're stripping the roster bare. But I think at this point, it's about, the Grizzlies have enough draft picks. It's about just cutting your losses and getting some respectable rotation players so they can rebuild.
Is there any chance, real quick, we got less than a minute, that the Knicks make some sort of deal, something in the works, a blockbuster or something?
No, I mean, you never discount they love Giannis. I don't think because of the way the season's going, it's been mostly up, occasionally down. I think that they've made the decision they're better off relying with what they have with Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns, OG Anunoby. I don't think that the Knicks make any major moves, if at all, tomorrow.
In 10 seconds, you think Lonzo looks like he's going to be released from the Jazz, come back to the Lakers?
20.
I don't think so. I think that ship has sailed. We won't be seeing LeVar and Lonzo in L.A.
All right. I was just asking. All right. Mark Funky Co Medina, Mark G _ Medina. We appreciate your time as always.
Appreciate you guys. And Rob, get your workout in.
Nah, he ain't doing that. Hey, Carl Cany is going to stop by, designer for the Stars. We'll talk about it and talk with him. It's the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
So, guys, this has been an ongoing issue for years now in the NFL. They do the Rooney Rule. It has no impact whatsoever.
Terrible.
It's just satisfying a box on a check sheet. Here's the question. Why does this keep happening? And what can they do to fix the problem?
I'm gonna be unconventional here. Okay. I'm blaming the black players in the NFL for this scourge, not the owners.
Okay.
Not the owners, because they will not make a change unless, Kelvin, you force them to make a change. And I'm serious. The Players Association, weak and terrible. The players themselves. Where is the press conference with the top 10 black players saying this is garbage, this is ridiculous? I saw somebody go, well, DEI is dead or whatever. Wait a minute. The league is 70% black. The DEI is the white guys who keep getting hired in a black league.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Not the other way around. Yeah. It's mind-boggling. But we saw it in the NBA. What did they do? Donald Sterling was was an owner for 40 years in the NBA.
Finally got caught up.
Guess what got him out? The players came together and said, guess what, Adam Silver? We will not NOT play the playoffs if this guy is still an owner. He was out like that.
Yep.
A billionaire out like that. Because all the players have to do is stop the game.
No,
stop these owners, stop the league, and say we will not participate in the league that we have no future in. The playing career is a small one. Most guys in the NFL get a cup of coffee and a sweet roll. You're lucky if the average career is 3 years, 2.5 years, 3 years. So you know how many people get 5 games or nothing in order for it to be 3? You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it tells you, and yet they continue to go along with it. All these big mouths on television, former athletes, they got something to say about everything except this. Where is the outcry? Where is the call for something to happen? All these former players, these guys all got big-time money. They can't be hurt to be unified and fight for something that's worth it. And it's not about you. It's about all the guys who can't play at that level and make that money and want to have a career. Those are the guys you need to stand up for. Everybody's not going to be a star and be set for life. They need a job, an opportunity. They want to coach.
It's also, Rob, it's also what it says about the mental capacity, right? And I brought this up again, little history lesson. It's hey, you can be a black quarterback in college. It's cool because you played a little bit in high school. Come on. We got it from here. When the professional ranks, we got it from here. And for decades, black quarterbacks coming out of college were told to what? Go be a receiver. Go be a defensive back, Tony Dungy. Go be all these other things but a receiver, a quarterback. Because not only
They told Lamar to do that.
They told Lamar,
go
be a receiver. Lamar, and this was what, 2017-ish or so, 18-ish? It's not like that was 50 years ago. Hey, you just won a Heisman a couple years back. But by the way, don't come play the quarterback position in the NFL.
That was Bill Polian, who was a Hall of Fame
general manager. And what that screams is there's still an ideal of, well, you can't lead a team. The leader on the team on the field is who? The quarterback. The leader off the field is who? The coach. We already know there's multiple, the leaders of that picking the team as general managers. And for daggone sure, the leaders of those are the owners, and we aren't getting there as well. So to me, it just continues to scream, you can be the labor. Go do all the hard hits.
Right.
Go get the CTE. Go out there, make the tackles. And you and I talk about it all the time. How many guys, Rob G, come on our show telling stories of beating, batter? You've seen them walk around here. You can go do that. But you're not going to own it. You're not going to be general manager, control the team.
Not going to be the face of it.
You're not going to be the face by being a coach. And we just now really letting you be a quarterback the last 10, 15 years. So to me, that's what it screams.
Washington out here, of course, in San Francisco, Super Bowl week, Radio Row, having a good time. And as always, have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets? Well, it's not. Switch to life-changing Wet Extra Large Flushable Dude Wipes, because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and at major retailers nationwide. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down. And now we're here with the legend, Mr. Carl Cany. I was just telling him 2 seconds ago, Rob, back in the day, I had a, it was part of my cipher in order to pull the young cuties back in the day, man.
I don't know how many you pulled. I mean, his clothes are not miracle work. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Don't do me like that. He's still got so much going on after all these years. Got started in 1989, was it?
Yeah.
Here we are 30-plus years later.
Hey, on my old show in Detroit,
yep.
Sports Rap.
Oh, yeah.
Where hip-hop and sports meet.
Yep.
On CBS, we used to give away his merch, because one of our advertisers used to sell your stuff in there. So we go way back in those days.
That's right. A lot of history right here.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Just talk to us about, to me, what I think has been awesome to see is the resurgence of brands that the younger folks maybe weren't familiar with. So yourself, the FUBUs, the cross colors. I'm seeing a lot of folks, say, oh, for them it's like, getting in the bag.
New, right.
To them, yeah.
And we're like, no, what, man, this has been it. So what's that been like?
It's been an amazing experience to see something that we've done 30 years ago is now relevant to this day. We realize fashion goes in circles, and what's old is new. So hip-hop has a way of just transcending time and moments, and the baggie is back. I'm so happy it's back. I know dudes are tired of these skinny jeans, so here we go.
That's right. Hey, let me ask you about who are you dressing out here at the Super Bowl? Who are you?
Yeah, so the biggest thing we got right now, we dressing Coco Jones.
Oh, nice.
She's singing the national anthem.
Wow.
That's big.
What a feather.
Donovan gonna be here? Yeah. Her fiance, Donovan Mitchell?
Probably so. So Donovan gonna be here, gotta represent. So a friend of mine, Sankara, came into the concept. We're gonna remix Whitney Houston's rendition of her national anthem.
Which is one of the all-time, if not, right?
She had like that American flag jacket
exactly.
on.
So we're redoing that with some vintage Carl Cany. We're doing a whole remix in it by my stylist, Sankara. are. So something definitely looking forward to this.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. And what's it like as far as you mentioned the marriage between hip hop and street style and and really always making what's big in pop culture?
Yeah, but so put it this way. Hip hop needed a clothing brand to represent hip hop at the time when we first started out, and we needed an avenue to get our clothing out there. So hip hop and Carl Cany made a great marriage. And my brand is so popular international in 25 foreign countries because of hip hop. As the music grew, our clothing grew because the music comes with a style, and as people listen to music, they want to feel the music and dress like the music. So the clothing kind of fit that as well.
And how about where you today also working with NIL? Are you involved in that with the college scene? What is that about?
Yes, man. So look, I was at the World Series with the Yankees and Dodgers, met Joaquin, black sports agent, sat next to me. He had no idea who Carl Cany was. We just kidded off. He told me he got this young kid out of North Carolina, Caldwell High School, King Kendrick. This kid is nasty. He's nice. He's on Kyrie Irving's travel team.
Wow.
And this kid is the future. We had to sign a deal with him because he is the best way to get our brand out there to the new young generation. Also support him through his challenges going through high school, going into the college.
Love it.
That's beautiful. I do love that.
Yeah, and we sit here in February, Rob and I, obviously at the Super Bowl yourself, and so it's a lot going on in sports world, but it's also Black History Month. And what does that mean to you? Just we talk about 30-plus years being a black designer, and we know how hard business can be. Both of us are business owners as well. What's that just been like, the journey? And I would imagine maybe were there some pitfalls or challenges with maybe bigger brands or advertising, just any challenges you went through?
Yeah, man, we went through everything, ups and downs. But you know, my thing is that failure is not an option. And where we come from, you got to fear something. The most thing that we fear is failure. So that's enough to get you up every morning and work that much harder. And not only that, too, we had opened up the doors for so many other young designers to go out there and do their thing, the Fubu's, the Fat Farms, the Sean John, all that. We broke down those barriers to them. So we can't fail. If we fail, what are we saying to the rest of the world? That's what we got to be successful, to continue this drive for coming from the streets, having goals, and accomplishing your dreams on a daily basis.
And how big of a sports fan are you talking about? You at the World Series, Dodgers, Yankees, you know what I mean? Like, are you? I mean, are you a sports fan like that?
I am big time sports. I'm a diehard Yankees fan.
Okay.
Oh.
Like,
so is he. He won't tell you that.
No, I'm not. I'm a reporter, Carl. Don't buy that.
I am a diehard Yankees fan from back in the Greg Nettles, you know, Reggie Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff like that. I remember going to those games back there with my dad in his van. Man, it's an amazing experience to do that, following the team throughout the years. So Yankees and Giants, that's my teams right there.
Okay. And Aaron Judge is the best baseball player. We're not trying to hear about Shohei Ohtani.
See what I mean? That's what I'm talking about right here. What about the Knicks?
Huh?
Knicks?
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you about the Knicks, though. I had to, like, sort of get my heart out of the Knicks. They used to break my heart so bad in the 90s.
They did it last year to a lot of people. You remember that last year?
Let me tell you a funny story. We got to the point one day, the Knicks lost it in the playoffs to the Chicago, I believe it was, and I was so depressed. I didn't know why. I didn't know why I was feeling so depressed. Yeah. And I watched the news, and some of the Knicks players was on vacation having a good time.
And
you were like, what am I
there for?
Hey, that's a real thing, Carl. We talk about that all the time. I tell people that's the dirty secret. For them, they care, but it's a job. And so they all have that. It's done. What are they going to do? Fans kicking the dog, breaking the TV.
But we always talk about it. The word fan comes from fanatic. So fans, that's why fans care, and they live and die with their teams. Otherwise, this wouldn't all be possible.
We wouldn't be here.
If they had that attitude, they'd be like, I don't care. Nah, people really care.
That's right.
But a pleasure to talk to a legendary
for sure
designer like
listen,
you.
Listen,
Carl, thank you.
Carl, I'm just saying, you know, size large, you know, 36.
XL.
So, no, I'm slimming. So
XL.
I'm saying if you want to style your boy out here, I'm here. Let me know.
Official, we need to do something with the odd couple.
We
already know the odd couple stuff.
Our couple gift for you guys.
You know
no, it's all right. We got to do that.
And Carl already knows, growing up in New York, The Odd Couple came on every night at 11 o'clock on Channel 11 WPIX. Am I right or wrong?
Come on, V, you over here.
Every night.
Remember that. Best show ever.
Yes.
So, come on, Carl. Now I got to hear this for the rest. Even Carl knew
about The Odd Couple.
I got to hear about that. All the best, my brother.
Thank you.
For sure.
Appreciate it.
We out.
Thank you, Bob.
Fox Sports Radio.
We are Fox Sports.
The Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys.
They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
Number 3 here on The Odd Couple.
Number 3.
Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington, here in San Francisco, Radio Row, absolutely. Another big hour to get to. Sean Merriman, we're going to get to him, the former All-Pro. We'll talk with him, founder of the Lights Out Extreme Fighting. Last call, a lot to get to. Have you ever wiped with a piece of dry toilet paper and wondered?
That's embarrassing. They're looking at us right now. He's done it before. I could tell. Look, he's like, hey, they must know what I'm doing out here in these streets.
It's not. Switch to the life-changing wet, extra-large, flushable Dudes wipes because wetter just cleans better.
It really does.
Available at Amazon and your major retailers nationwide. Dude wipes. Best clean, pants down. Also, with the iHeartRadio app, you can stream us wherever you happen to be. Catch us and all the Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeart app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app and stream us live all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeartRadio app, so it always pops up at the top of the screen.
Can I tell you something?
What's that?
Rob G is washed. Is he next to me?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I didn't see you there. Rob G, he was over here. He's trying to get out of the party tonight. Come on, Rob G. I need you. Listen, me and you, we are hardworking husbands and dads. We don't get out the blocks often. Come on, Rob G. We got to stay putting it in. I seen you over there with the kids on the phone. I did mine earlier. Come on.
Why don't you just tell the kids I'm on the road? I'll call you next week. I'll see you next week.
Now I'm back on your side, Rob G. Never mind. Let me get back. Let me get back over here now. Hold on.
They can't miss you for a couple days. It's the end of the world.
All right. You want to handle it, or you want me?
It is the end of the world. Have you ever talked to a 6-year-old before?
They have no concept.
If you cut their sandwich in a way that they don't like it, it's the end of the world.
Yo, if you go down the middle instead of triangular, it's a wrap, B.
Yep.
So you're going away. Daddy's on a business trip. I'm too busy. I don't have time for all
Is that what you tell the girls at the Sapphire and Gentlemen's Club? Daddy's going away on a business trip. Don't be sad. I'll be back.
Imagine if you walked in there, the opposite. You came to that one, and you just ignored her all night. Having an attitude with you, right?
What? I'm just...
Yeah. So
I know I don't have kids, but my God,
no.
you know?
That's why you can't have kids.
Exactly. Can't mean that's unable to.
No, that's why you
should not.
Why?
Well, first of all, I don't know if you can. All them Rougiette commercials. I don't know.
Make room for daddy. Wait a minute. You don't think I would be a good father?
No.
You would provide.
No.
You would provide.
You hear that?
You are not the father.
You would be. You know what you'd be better as?
Wow.
Like a really.
That hurt my feelings. I wouldn't be a good dad.
I got to go to the Super Bowl all week.
You're working it? No, I'm not even working it. I just want to go.
And then NABJ, I can't be there for. I'm sorry. I know you got to.
But Dad, I got a big game.
Back 9.
Could you have scheduled the game differently? You know it's NABJ every year in August.
MLB Bro, we're gonna do the Bro You Need to Know. We're gonna give Aaron Judge the 17th straight Player of the Year award. I gotta go to that. I'm sorry.
Dad, I'm 20 now. You never come to anything. I know it's okay. Dad, you said you retired in 5 years.
But your dad's in like 15 Hall of Fames, which is nice.
Oh, there you go.
So
I don't know if you're gonna be in the Dad Hall of Fame.
Those are my kids. That's all I have.
Listen,
you guys got kids, and I got.
That's why you got mentees in Hall of Fames. Yes.
I don't have.
I don't think you're built for the no's you have to have. And by no's, I mean, no, I can't go. And Rob G knows this. Elijah knows this. Well, I don't know. Elijah be out the blocks. You know how many things you don't even bring up to your wife because you already know. So like, hey, Rob G, we got this thing coming on. You want to work this extra? You don't even bring it up, dude. She knows 1/3 of the things.
But why are you afraid to bring it up and say, I got this to do or I'm going out tonight?
No, I know it ain't happening.
Right. Why? What do you mean it ain't happening? Aren't you the man of the house?
All right, let me tell you. Let me get closer again, Rob G. It is a partnership.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if you really wanted to go out with your friends and do something.
Oh, friends? You were better off saying work than friends. Come on, Rob. Friends? Are you kidding me?
I had a buddy, and I couldn't believe it. It was a group of us. We all been friends for over 40-some-odd years, going on 50.
Yeah.
And we're planning a little trip. Or you know what I mean? Like, we have a bond. It was 11 of us, and we had this almost 50-year friendship. And this is like maybe 2 or 3 years before we reached the 50-year mark, and we're going to plan some trip. And he was like, really like, well, I got to see. And I was like, got to see what? Like, I'm serious.
Right.
Like, what would you have to see other than obviously the scheduling, but it would be like, I'm in. I just got to figure out.
Let's go on these days.
You know what I mean? What works as far as that? I understand that. I'm not saying drop dead date and no matter what, something's going on in the family, but he was like questioning whether or not he could go at all.
Now, I'm going to tell you why. You want the real answer?
Yeah, I don't.
The real answer, Rob G, tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm right, say preaching. The real answer is because he knows he wasn't thinking, and he maxed out on his get out of jail free card and doing stuff and going stuff. So he maxed out on them. So now you talking about, let's take a week in Dominican Republic. He like, ooh, yeah, I don't know how that one's going to fly over. Because he used his allotment. That's why you got to be judicious with it. That's why I said you
really want to have that golf trip like 6 months ago. He's like, oh, it wasn't worth it.
It wasn't worth it. Yeah, so that's why. He has to know you get a certain allotment. It's not that she told you a number. It's a feel. Am I lying, Rob G?
I feel bad.
It's a feel.
I understand our responsibilities and your wife or whatever, but you also have to have a life and not feel like you're in prison.
Here's the difference.
They
all
that's what
are
I'm saying. That's what I mean.
But honest to goodness, Rob Parker, I get what you're saying. They've become, that is our life. And that's the difference. Like, it's not having a life as much as this is my life. And a component of it is still me getting out, having fun, doing things. But the idea that me just popping up at any little party and oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's also overrated. Rob G, you know that.
We're going to be hanging out with each other anyways.
I know. That's why I was so happy not to sit to y'all last night. First, I was like, wait, why they ain't saved me a seat? Then I was like, I get to chop it up with Jonas.
You want to move around.
Cavino Rich, our salespeople, sales department I never get to talk to, so it was cool.
I spend more time with Sagar at Radio Row than in the rest of the year combined.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Did we know what's going on with him right now?
I do want to say one other thing. I don't know if I don't think Martin had gotten the news. Valdez signed with the Tigers.
Oh boy.
For 3 years, $115. And Rob G, what's the first thing you think about? They gave up a left-handed pitcher, 3-year contract for $115 million. The first thing you think of if you're a Tiger fan?
You know,
it's Tarek Skubal's gone.
Yeah.
Right? Because that's his replacement.
And you got, friend of the show, Bob Nine, goes, well, they got the best 1-2 in baseball now. It's like, not for long.
Right.
They're not going to be here.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're giving, that's like $38 million a year for Valdez.
It's sounding very contingency plan. Hey, we're not feeling good about Scooble.
Right.
Scott Boras is his agent. We know how this goes.
We're not going to have $400 million plus.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't know if the Ilitch family, you know him.
Chris Ilitch doesn't want to spend the money. Mike Ilitch would have. You know that. Mike Ilitch had a big payroll when he
Mike
was
Ilitch,
the late Mike Ilitch.
Yeah, they between them and the Dan Gilbert,
right?
They own like 75-80% of Detroit.
Downtown Detroit.
Downtown Detroit. It's kind of crazy.
All right.
Where
Rob
we at?
G, Max Crosby, Jay Glazer from Fox.
Either.
I ain't gonna be here. That's your man. How you feel?
Not great. That Jay Glazer said today on Yahoo Sports Daily. Basically, that Max Crosby is done with the Raiders. Now, we all recall the end of the season. We talked about it on the show.
He was mad.
The team wanted to shut him down and put him on IR, and he was pissed about it. He left the facility in a huff. They ultimately did it. They said he needs surgery.
Then they canceled the facility after that. Oh, that was that show. I'm sorry.
That was the show, the facility.
Yeah. Now, he obviously did need surgery because he got surgery, but in his eyes, I could have played through it. I want to finish the season. This is what I'm about. I play football. Jay Glazer reported that he thinks that Crosby's time with the Raiders is done, point blank period, and that Crosby has already told ownership, I do not want to go through another rebuild. Even though I love being a Raider, I want to be a Raider. It's time for me to go. And according to Jay Glazer, the expectation is that if and when Max Crosby does get traded, he's going to be getting more for the Raiders than the Cowboys got from Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons fetched you 2 first-rounders and a Pro Bowl defensive tackle.
I'm looking at this as what we talked about with Micah Parsons. One of the reasons, real quick, to go back to what you said, why he might get more, part of that is just simply next man up. That happens with the quarterback position. That happens with, obviously, star defensive ends. There's always that one guy, defensive end or edge rusher, that gets is Myles Garrett? Okay, then it's Micah Parsons. Okay, now it's going to be Max Crosby. So I think that's a part of it. And also, I think there is an element of the perception of him, as you mentioned. I didn't want to leave. I stay here. And he's kind of got that nose to the ground. Let's just keep it going, grinder mode. His motor is crazy, as we know. So I think a lot of teams would like that. But like Micah, and you, to give you credit, You said the Packers before Micah, and then obviously they get Micah. If he stays healthy, maybe he makes a play or two to get Caleb down, not have that 4th and 8, and you're moving up. So the Packers obviously feel very happy they have Micah, and I'm looking at this the same way with some other teams. Do you look at a team? You look at is this what a team like you want to go with the Chargers? Is this a team, if you want to go with anybody that's right there, the Chiefs, I feel like we just need a defensive guy.
I can't see the Chiefs.
Well, they don't like spending money. But
no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I really that would be so, considering where they are, the money that they spent.
Buffalo Bills. So you can say Josh Allen's going to Josh, but if we can get a guy who can get him an extra possession or two because he got the team off the field, or he got a sack strip fumble, you look at a team like Buffalo. Can he do that? There's a team to me contending. He's already spent half of his career, if not 2/3 of his career, losing and not having great seasons with the Raiders. I think he's now going to want to go somewhere and have that Micah Parsons situation. And you could argue Micah had chances. You got in the postseason. You were 12-5 3 years in a row. You had your chances. Max has never really had it, so I know he wants to get a taste of what the playoffs feel like. Raiderized?
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like seriously, where you're in such a bad situation and you've lost so much. Because we used to say that in Detroit, lionized,
yeah, that's real.
Raiderized. Do you know what I mean? Where
people would, or they come at the end of their career.
Exactly. We saw that. Who was the linebacker that they got who was really good, and he came at the end of his career for the Lions? This is during the Barry Sanders, but from New Orleans. Why am I?
Not Vilma.
No.
From New Orleans. Wait, he came from the city, or he played with the Saints?
He played with the Saints. My goodness, and he was at, you know what I mean?
Just when they did that all. And then they got my man, it's a personal friend of mine, Desmond Howard at the end. They was just getting anybody at the end because it was almost like
Pat Swilling.
Yep.
Pat Swilling was a star with the Saints, and he got to Detroit.
And then it makes you as the fan go, all right, if he can muster up, and then you're like,
he was a star with the Saints, and he was done by the time he got to the Lions.
Are you thinking he might have used all his juice?
That's what I'm trying to say. Is I don't know. I mean, that's always a scary thing when someone's been somewhere for a long time and then, he's ready to bail out. Is it too late? Are they doing it a year or two too late?
People want him to get out of here and, get out of there.
I've been hearing that for years with him.
Yeah.
I mean, for years. So it's not. This is not new.
He is like the NFL equivalent of Dame
Lillard. I knew you were going to say that.
Where it's everybody been saying, you are too good. This team sucks around.
And he never wanted to go anywhere. Right.
And he's one of those guys who's loyal almost to a fault.
Yep.
Where even I, as a Raiders fan, as optimistic as I was about the Geno-Pete Carroll pairing, I blew up in our face. But I'm like, hey, we can win 8 or 9 games with these guys. Like, we can be a 500 in the hunt in December. And
it wasn't that long ago. How many years ago didn't they make the playoffs?
Derek Carr.
Right. That was like 4 years, 3 years ago.
After misstep after misstep. And you think to yourself, this guy, and you watch him on a week-to-week basis, he is as good as Micah Parsons.
No, I get it.
He is maybe not as good, but near in the vicinity.
Oh yeah, there's like 4 or 5 guys. Aiden Hutchinson, Micah,
as JJ
him,
Watt. Like he's right there with all
TJ Watt.
But nobody talks about him because he plays for the Raiders. Now, unless he was going to go full Myles Garrett and break the sack record, that's the reason why he separated himself. But if you go to the other guys, the reason why they were talked about in a different light is because Aiden Hutchins making big plays in December.
Mm-hmm.
Micah Parsons up until last year, or not this past year, the year before.
12-5 seasons.
12-5. They're in the playoffs. He didn't do anything in the playoffs, but he was there.
Right.
Nick Bosa in the Super Bowl. J.J. Watt in the playoffs every year. They weren't doing anything, but they were getting there. And Max Crosby was almost forgotten about because his team, 5-12, 4-13. 6-11.
You don't talk about those guys. There's no. What's the combo, right?
The only thing I can. He's been wanting to go to he's wanting to stay there, but I think at a certain point he's realized I have to do what's best for me and my legacy, and try to get one of those things on my ring finger. And I think he's looking forward to that now. He's been spectacular for sure, and there's been a bunch of teams that have been kind of clamoring for him, trying to get him out of there. And I think now is the time. So if you're a team right there, you say, man, if we just had an edge rusher that can come. If you're the Bengals. If you're the Bengals and you say, we already know offensively we put up points, but what do we talk about? Defensively, it makes them just
but what do you have to give up to get them, though?
I don't know.
They're saying 2 first and another player.
I mean,
you better be right on the cusp.
You have to be.
Yeah, you got to be to make that work.
You set your franchise back.
Yeah, so, there's a couple of teams. Like maybe if you're I go back to Josh Allen. You know, the time he ain't getting no younger.
I don't know how many teams are really like an edge rusher away. Like you'd have to show me a list.
So going back to the hour 2 conversation about the team versus the quarterback, hey, if you got the young quarterback, you can kind of build the rest of your roster. If you're having to give up 2 firsts, which we expect is the minimum to get a player like him, do you almost have to eliminate Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, because they're taking up so much of the salary cap already? You can't afford to give up first-round picks.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Well, here's a guy that he makes a bunch of money, but it's lower because each year it goes down some. But they had an amazing season. They barely lose to the Bills. What about the Jacksonville Jaguars?
They could.
You know, they got a bunch of guys over there.
Everybody else on their team is young.
As you beat me, they got a lot of young talent over there. They overachieve.
Travis Hunter, right? I mean,
Travis Hunter's going to come back next season healthy.
Because he really didn't contribute.
He just started picking up right before he got injured.
So they're going to add. It's like adding another player, a playmaker. You know what I mean? That they didn't have.
You know a team that I'd hate to see it happen?
What?
Chicago Bears.
Bears. Okay.
We ain't gonna do that.
Look at Kelvin.
I don't want to see that.
Kelvin's like,
I don't want to see that.
Williams to fulfill the
No, that's the last thing he needs.
He already knows.
That's the last thing he needs. He's already going to be good. And he already has Ben Johnson, and they got weapons all over the field and running game. Now you adding a Hall of Fame potential defensive end pass rusher like that.
All right, 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. Would Max Crosby put another team over the top, and where would you like to see him end up? We'll continue this conversation next. 877-99 on Fox. Rob Parker, Kelvin, Washington. That's right. Well, we deliver
insight,
not noise.
That's right.
Right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
Especially
America.
if you're having some hiring trouble in the US of A.
Well, let me tell all about how they can fix that, Alex. Are you facing hiring headaches? Staffing your business is complex. We know that. There's high turnover, there's skills gaps, and ever-changing regulations that can slow growth and drain resources. Well, that is where Express Employment Professional comes in. With decades of staffing expertise, Express connects you to a larger pool of qualified candidates, helping you reduce turnover and build the right-size workforce. So get started at expresspros.com. Need to flex your staff for peak seasons or special projects? Express Employment Professionals offers contract staffing so you can scale up or down with ease, preventing burnout and boosting productivity. Worried about compliance? Express stays on top of ever-changing employment laws. Express is recognized for excellence, earning clearly rated Best of Staffing, Client, and Talent Awards, plus the Diamond Award for Client Satisfaction. Don't let hiring challenges hold your business back. Visit expresspros.com to find your local office and discover how Express Employment Professionals can help you hire smarter and faster. If hiring is taking you away from growing your business, get the support you need from Express. Don't spend your time weeding through spam online applicants. Hire faster with Express. Express Employment Professionals, building your workforce, supporting your success.
Bill Belichick, what is 8-time Super Bowl champion coach?
So you're giving all the details.
Did not, N-O-T, get voted in the first ballot for his first year for the Pro Football Hall of Fame, falling short of the 40 of the 50 votes he needed to get in on the first ballot. We got conflicting reports, though, coming out. We have ESPN on one, Sports Illustrated on another. ESPN reported that Bill Polian, former Colts exec, was one of the guys pounding the table saying, no, between Spygate, between Deflategate, we cannot reward that kind of behavior. He's going to have to wait at least 1 year before we vote in Bill Belichick for the Hall of Fame. SI has reported since then, in the last 30 minutes, that they've spoken to Polian directly. He says that's, quote, totally and categorically untrue. I voted for him. So I don't know who it was in that meeting room that said, no, we're not going to have it.
But there's a lot of votes. He didn't get 40 out of it.
Bill Belichick, N-O-T in the H-O-F.
And I think this is spot on. And I want to keep it on Belichick, but I believe that this should happen to Brady as well.
Kelvin. You can't do it. You can't go Bonds and Clemens can't get in. They cheated. And then you're looking at Bill Belichick, and you're going to give him an excuse. He was suspended, fined by the league. Remember, the largest fine in the history of the NFL for a coach. And don't forget the last thing was 2019 when they got busted in Cincinnati. You remember? And people were like, well, they always beat the Bengals. Why would he be cheating? Remember, they had a new coach at that time, and he didn't have the signals. So he sent a camera crew to Cincinnati to get him, and they got busted. I believe this is right. Congrats to the football writers who did not reward this guy who's cheated. I don't think he should get in at all. Forget about first ballot, second ballot, third ballot. I don't believe he should get in because he did cheat.
Well, that's where I want to take this because, to me, if you look at it almost from a legal standpoint, what's the precedent they're setting? Are they setting that, hey, when you talk about somebody in the Hall of Fame, you go, if I say Barry Sanders, you say Hall of Fame running back. You don't say first ballot, second ballot, barely got in ballot. You just say Hall of Famer.
To me, either you're a Hall of Famer or you're
and
not.
That's where I'm going with this. So I'm wondering, is this just enough for them to say, well, we know you're going to get in, but dang it, you're not going in first ballot? Or are they trying to make a loud statement and say, you're not getting in?
But here's the thing.
That's what I find interesting in this because.
Only because Kraft didn't get in. I think that because you look at it and go, Kraft wasn't coaching. Kraft wasn't getting the signals. You can make a case for Kraft that he's just the owner of the team.
Right, but I think the part with that would be you're orchestrating this, right? Because the buck always has to stop with somebody, right? If you and I are acting crazy on the team,
you're saying
what do we say?
You're going to take the owner out and then let Belichick get in?
No, that's what I'm saying. I wonder if this is a loud message saying, we know you're great. That's not deniable in the lexicon of conversation. But in the Hall of Fame, we're not going to vote you in. And I was talking to Rob G, same thing you mentioned. Barry Bonds, everybody knows he's great.
He's one of the
Everybody
greatest
knows
we've
Roger
ever
Clemens is
seen.
great. We know that.
Yes.
But based off principle, whether you agree or not, the voters aren't going to let you in. And with this, it was interesting. Now, the other side of this, to the trifecta, if you will, the three-headed monster, is Tom Brady. Because Tom Brady is in bed with the NFL, heavy. See, Bill Belichick, NFL kind of didn't want him. He got upset. I'm going to go coach college.
I'm going to push back just a little bit. The writers have nothing to do with the league.
True. I agree. I agree.
So the writers are the ones who vote, and it's just like with baseball. Like, it's not baseball. Like, they don't control the voters as a Hall of Fame voter.
I just wonder if Tom Brady will get if you were to look at it and you said, all right, if I had to vote for one of these, because obviously that run of 20-plus years, I has to be represented in NFL. If I had to pick for one, I'm going to at least vote for the guy who did it on the field.
But here's why.
And I do wonder if maybe he'll get it, but this is a loud indictment because Robert Kraft,
but you're tarnished. I'm telling you, what they've done to Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
You won 6 Super Bowls. You're not a first-ballot Hall of Famer?
Because if he's not, then who is?
Nobody is.
Exactly. Radio, I cover Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. We are out here in San Francisco, Radio Row, day 3, having a great time. It's been a wonderful time thus far. On the way, Sean Merriman, friend of the show, Stop by. We'll talk to him about all the stuff he's got going on, and plus the big game coming up on Sunday. Ready to tackle your financial goals? Weeble makes it simple to start investing. Powerful tools, real-time data, all in one app. Get started at Weeble.com or download the Weeble app today. Go check Weeble out. Also, check out the YouTube channel. Over 20,000 subscribers. We couldn't have done it without you, so thank you to all of you watching on YouTube right now. If you haven't, you're slipping. Go to Odd Couple FSR in YouTube. Find us. Thumbs up, like it, share it, subscribe, all that good stuff. Rob G, matter of fact, at some point, maybe we'll see some comments or not. It's been a busy day, so maybe we can't get to them. But we appreciate you as always, so go subscribe. 877-99 on Fox, Rob.
We got a couple calls here. How about Jordan in D.C.? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio, and we'd be remiss by not mentioning that today the Washington Post announced that they wiped out the sports department as we know it. Some sports guys are being kept to work out of the feature department, but definitely a disappointing
So that's big news for the industry,
the
journalism
Post.
industry.
So, Jordan in D.C., my man. How are you?
Oh, hey, Rob and Kelvin. Yeah, Rob, thanks for mentioning that. Off top, I am, I'm currently looking for, work in sports media because I got my degree in journalism with, wanting to cover basketball and football the way you guys do.
But let me say this to you. Do not lose. Man, things happen. Don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. You could be disappointed. Man, people make mistakes all the time. Mm-hmm. It doesn't mean the Washington Post is always going to be in this spot or that other newspapers or situations won't come. The Baltimore Banner has started and become a power in Baltimore, right? Not just the Baltimore Sun. So somebody's going to see a need there.
You beat me to it. Too many big sports teams in that area.
Absolutely.
And someone might pick up and start something
and
huge.
Start just a sports paper in D.C.
And you never know.
All right, Jordan?
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for that. Yeah, I'm looking every day, and I look to you, Rob, and you, Kelvin, as inspiration for a young black man trying to make it.
Thank you,
no doubt, man. We appreciate that, brother. You got it.
Oh yes, thank you guys. But to answer the question about Max Crosby, I think the one team you guys left out that I think would be great would be how about they just hired a young hotshot defensive guy. What about the Ravens? The leading sack guy last year for Baltimore had 5 sacks. Myles Garrett.
That's a good point.
He did.
Yeah, no, that's a good
pass rusher for Lamar. Yeah.
The only reason I got to see that, I feel like they spend a lot of money. That was my concern why I didn't bring them up. Jordan, just because I'm like, I don't know, they have the resources, the money, and all that. But if they can make the right trades and they've got assets, as far as they got some quality players on both sides of the ball.
They'd have to restructure and extend Lamar at like a huge lower of a cap number to even think about that. Because if you're giving up $30 million for Max Crosby plus 2 first-round picks. Like that's
appreciate it.
But, I mean, if he might be interested if you tell him he's going to put Max on the other side of the ball for him.
Let's squeeze in Chili Tim in Atlanta. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. And Chili, you should know, it's chilly in the convention center right now.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but it's a little burr up in here. I know all the people in here earlier. It's just us now.
Well, we've had snow here in the Atlanta area.
Oh, yeah, he told us to shut up.
I know.
You're right. Never mind, Chili. You're right. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. But I'm surprised Jordan, the last caller, didn't mention his team in Washington because they still have Jalen Daniels on a rookie contract. And so, that defense sucked. And while you have they did, but why you have a guy like that on a rookie contract? I heard Rob D talking about all those quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I would mention maybe even the Falcons here. You got, again, another young quarterback. They have talent. They, the defense could pick up. And then the AF South is an easy division to win, so you could almost get playoff game every year, home playoff game. So maybe not like the top defenders, but maybe, like the Falcons or maybe even, like I said, Washington, a team like that where you have these young quarterbacks on it, and so you can kind of get the money.
Interesting points. No, that's some good stuff, Chili. You might be on to something. Maybe it doesn't have to be the heavyweight where they're already spending a lot of money on quarterbacks, but these teams that got some talented quarterbacks, and they can then refresh and tighten up that defense. I'm not mad at that. We got anybody else? Anybody else? Oh, we ain't got nobody else. On the other side, friend of the show, Shaw Merriman. That's right. We'll talk to him. He's out here at Super Bowl Radio Row, Super Bowl week with us. Right now, Martin Weiss getting you updated. Hey, Martin.
I just sent you all a picture Fox Sports Radio social media team does a great job, and they just sent out this beautiful Instagram post of everybody doing all this lovely things at Radio Row. And I just want to say, I just want to shout out Rob Parker for your philanthropy here.
Rob Parker.
With four little boys, the big brothers and big sisters, I'm trying to figure out which one of these is supposed to be the big brother, Rob.
What's that?
I'm looking at this picture of you and 4 black men. Who's the big brothers? Who's the little brothers?
We want to know.
I'm sitting here for one of your former, I think you guys interviewed one of these guys earlier today. But Lord have mercy, Rob.
Bryce Young definitely look. We were talking about
know,
that.
right?
He looks 16.
I know. Bryce Young is there, and they're right.
It's not just that he looks 16. Rob and I look eye to eye, and I'll tell you this: how did Bryce Young have to look up to you? I mean, Kelvin, you and Bryce are closer in height.
That actually is true. But that was the thing for him. A lot of folks were saying in college, you know, he's really good, he's really accurate, but he is kind of short. He's probably 6 foot flat. About 1.5 inches taller than me, give or take. But yeah, he between the. Oh, you don't think so? Elijah's saying no.
He's under 6 foot.
Hey, I don't know if they got me on camera here, but my eyebrows raised. That's how Kelvin said he's 6 feet. That way, because he's been telling people, I'm 5'11". I'm 5'11". For the longest, I'm
You're right.
sure.
You're right. I should have said he was 6'2".
And look where you are.
I should have said he was 6'2", Rob G. Rob G, you need to be on my side, because if they're trying to make me 5'8", then you 5'2".
Hey, Rob.
All right.
I'll get to the NBA. Knicks and Nuggets going to overtime. Nikola Jokic an assist away from a triple-double, 25 points, 12 rebounds, and Jalen Brunson 30 and 7 assists. End of the fourth quarter, obviously 108-108 as Jokic missed a three-pointer that would have won it. Went off the front rim, hit the backboard, and then brimmed out. Raptors lead the Timberwolves by 4, 111-107 with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Scotty Barnes, 18 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. 6 minutes left in the third. The Rockets lead the Celtics. Celtics lead the Rockets 69-50. Derek 22-6. Pelicans and the Bucks 89-84. New Orleans in the lead with 5:30 left in the third quarter. Trey Murphy with 27 and 6. In the NFL, Nathaniel Hackett going to be the new offensive coordinator for the Arizona Cardinals. Brian Angelico, the former Minnesota passing game coordinator and tight ends coach, is the new Pittsburgh Steelers offensive coordinator. Jeff Stoutland, the most famous person from Southern Connecticut State University, retiring offensive line coach for the Eagles. Drake May, full participant in practice today, and star left-hander Framber Valdez gets the highest average annual value ever for a left-handed pitcher as he and the Detroit Tigers agree to a 3-year, $115 million contract.
How dare you with Jeff Stoutland? Are you kidding? Does he have his name up on a press box at Southern Connecticut State University?
Not yet.
Okay. Hey, Kevin Gilbride, who of course was the head coach of the San Diego Chargers, he was the coach there as well. He was there for my big day.
Shout out to him.
Yes, Kevin Gilbride. All right. Thank you.
All right, it's the Odd Couple out here on the road. Rob and Kelvin, Super Bowl week, San Francisco. And by the way, have you ever wiped, Rob, I'm talking to you, with a piece of dry toilet paper and wondered, is this as good as it gets?
Not
well,
comfortable.
It's not. Switch to life-changing Wet Dude extra large flushable dude wipes. We got them right there. Hold the dude wipes up because wetter just cleans better. Available at Amazon and at major retailers nationwide. Dude wipes, best clean, pants down. Now, we got our man Sean Merriman here, of course, Chargers legend. He is also the CEO of Lights Out Entertainment, and we always pleasure to have you on the show.
Appreciate it, brother.
Appreciate you being here.
Good to see you in person. You know that. Yeah, we always have you on the radio.
And so we want to start here. We were just talking about it a little bit, man. Robert Kraft, the news comes out, not in again.
What a good morning it was for me.
This dude right here, you know, Robert Kraft, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, anything Patriot related, he hates it. He hates it more than the Chargers probably do, or anybody in the AFC during that run. Just your news, Robert Kraft not getting in again, and then also Bill Belichick earlier last week. When you hear those things, what are the first thoughts?
For me, it's embarrassing. Like it just is, because as a player, you know, you want to be an All-Pro, Pro Bowl, Super Bowl. Like, you get your accolades during, but you really get your stripes when you're done.
Right.
Like, that's what, you know, I was in Canton for Antonio Gates' Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah, okay.
And I was there for, I went twice. I went for Ray Lewis's, because, you know, Ray's family, and then I went for LaDainian Tomlinson's. It's like this, you in God mode, you get there. You get what I'm saying? Like, you get this extra thing that you're retired for what, 4 or 5 years, however long
5 years,
5
yep.
years before you go in. So people start to forget about you a little bit. You know, like to me, LT is top 3 running back of all time. But because the game is gone, people stop remember how good he was. Phil, people forgot how good he was. He comes back at 44. He jumps on the field. You get that reminder. It's your ultimate stamp of football life that you can get. And so when you don't get in, when the casual – you don't even need to be an expert in football. You don't need to be a coach or a player. The casual fan now are starting to get much better than they were 10, 15 years ago because they're understanding the game of football. So when they're sitting back saying this coach or this player didn't get in, what in the hell's going on? That's a problem. Now you got people that's sitting up here on the Hall of Fame board that's supposed to be this is what they got you there for. This is what you do to analyze talent and analyze, you know, who should get in, who should not. So for them, as the experts, don't know this. How does a casual fan? So it's embarrassing.
Now let me say this. I do want to say this, and I hear your point, and they are excellent. But the elephant in the room is that in these cases of these two guys, there's a major cheating scandals that went on. Okay, so Robert Kraft is the owner of this unbelievable team that won all his championships, but they never even got the full credit that they got because there was always some chicanery going on.
There's an asterisk.
Okay, am I right? Like you can't. Same thing with Bill Belichick. They had the Spygate. Everybody says everybody does it. Okay, that sounds cool. But, Sean, no other coach had a $500,000 fine who lost draft picks.
Right.
And then they had a second episode in Cincinnati in 2019, another $1.1 million fine, and more draft picks lost. So what is the punishment? Was that enough? And the Hall of Fame shouldn't look at that they cheated?
Yeah, they need to come out and say that. They need to come out and say, you know, I'm going to have the same type of energy for Bill Belichick not getting a Robert Kraft as I do for T.O., Antonio Gates, any one of these guys that should be guaranteed first ballot Hall of Famers. But I think that there needs to be some kind of public, you know, I wouldn't call it public scrutiny, but some kind of public explanation where they're saying, hey, we didn't get him in because of this. And I think that the fans and people will respect that more. They will respect that more than them just sitting behind and nobody know who voted for what and why they went by.
I think the vote should be public.
I think it should be public.
My Hall of Fame vote in baseball is always public. I have nothing to hide from. If people want to come for me, the last ballot that just went out for baseball, I voted for nobody. I didn't think anybody on that list was Hall of Fame worthy. And a lot of people were like, oh, you should take his ballot away. How do you vote for nobody? You know what I mean? But I really didn't see anybody on that list. Let's switch to the coaches because we just had a coaching cycle in the NFL, 10, which tied the highest amount of coaches vacancies in NFL history during a cycle. And no black coaches. We know Robert Saleh, who's Lebanese. He's not black. People are like, well, what about Robert Saleh? No.
Take this. Take something.
Yeah.
Here, look. They gave somebody a chance.
Exactly. No. He's Lebanese, and it's fine. I don't have an issue. He got another opportunity. And just as a former black player, the league is 70% black. This is not DEI. Why shouldn't black assistant coaches who work their way up get an opportunity to be a head coach?
Yeah, I mean, look, the math ain't mathing. You know, it's just not. And I'm not saying that, somebody should be a head coach and they need the opportunity because they black.
Nobody's saying that. We totally agree with that.
Yeah, but I also think that the imbalance of, you know, I play for a lot of great coaches, both white and black, but I play some, you know, Steve Wilkes.
Yep.
You know,
They gave him one shot, right?
One shot. So what I'm saying is I think that there's also something that people are not talking about enough is what the opportunities that black coaches get and what the ones they have to take. And so that and it's always like somebody's being put in a bad position. You know, Aaron Glenn, right? Going to the Jets. If that job was maybe open for the Steelers, maybe he might have had, you know, a better situation with the Steelers. So what I'm saying is, by the time a black coach get an opportunity to go to a team, it's like we got to take what we can get.
The crumbs. You got to take the crumbs and make a whole meal out of it.
You got to make a whole meal, and you're not putting into a situation. You're putting to a team that don't have a built roster. You're putting a team that didn't got some insecurity in the front office.
But this league too, Sean, cronyism, nepotism is really bad. You know, out in Vegas, right? Out in Vegas, we saw Pete Carroll. I think he hired 2 of his sons on the staff. Yep. Awful, right? Bad. They ran him out of there, him and his kids.
And a lot of the nepotism goes on and cronyism. Anybody who had a cup of coffee and a sweet roll with Sean McVay's gotten a job. I mean, seriously, Sean McVay's won one championship. I get it. I'm not – he's the boy genius, and anybody who worked with him should get a head coaching job. It's unbelievable how many guys linked to Sean McVay have a job.
Yeah, but, you know, you got to look at all coaching trees. And I'm talking about from the coaching trees back to the Bill Walsh days, all the way back to – Bill Belichick and Josh McDaniels getting a job. Okay, so let's go to Mike Tomlin. Which one of his coaching trees?
You don't even have to tell me. We talk about it all the time.
20 years almost, you don't have a tree. There's no branches that came.
Not only does he not have a tree, he's hired one black offensive or defensive coordinator in 19 years. That is an issue because he should have 3 or 4 guys by now who should be coaches. And if you're going to look at it, Mike Tomlin has to get some of the brunt of it. People ignore it, but how in the world could you have been a coach for 20 years almost and not have any brothers?
Bruce Arians has more
brothers
progressive more brothers coming from his tree. Hey, we only got a couple less than a couple minutes here, Sean. Let me switch to this. You played, when you talk about those Charger teams, on a very complete team. You guys had a bunch of quality, very, very good Pro Bowl level players like yourself on the defensive side. We already know the offense was loaded as well. When you look at this Seattle team, is this kind of similar when you look at where's the flaw?
Yeah, because they're people are talking about offense and defense. What I heard not a whole lot of people talk about even now or this whole week is their special teams.
Special teams.
I think the Seahawks are going to win anyway, but I think the special teams and making the play on special teams is going to get the lead, the separation. I think that's what's going to happen. It's going to be a good game. I think the first half is going to be great. 2 great defensive-minded coaches. They're going to come out low-scoring game, and I think the special teams by the Seahawks going to make a big play. And at that point, once the gap is big enough, I think that's when Seattle really, really goes slam on the gas.
Yeah, I'm not in your camp. I agree with the special teams, but they have a guy named Sam Darnold who led the league in turnovers. Yep. I expect Ronald McDonald to show up at some point, and that's going to be the difference for Seattle.
When he's pressured, he turns the ball over, and it's his accuracy complete.
That's all I'm saying. I've seen it.
If they get to Sam, that's the only way that I got the Patriots winning this game, by hitting Sam Darnold. And I'm not talking about getting a sack every time. I'm just staying on him and forcing him because his accuracy and everything about him goes way down once he's pressured.
Drake May needs some of this smoke too, okay? Drake May has not looked good this postseason. Yo, acting like it's Tom Brady back there. But Drake May has been sacked a bunch. Yeah. He hasn't scored a bunch. He barely put up any points, and I know the weather was bad, but Drake May hasn't been
game, MVP I don't know who's
level.
Doing anything in
this whole postseason run, he hasn't been MVP level. So we're acting like it's just singular.
But here's the only thing I'm going to say. When you think about why I think the Patriots could still win. Houston had an unbelievable defense. Their quarterback blew up in their face, and they can win. And this is why I still think, even though I love Seattle's defense, special teams, what you talked about, they got the big kick, fumble, punt return or whatever, right? But I do believe that if you don't get the quality quarterback play, even with a great defense, you can lose.
Yeah, but that's their shot is hitting him. And speaking of Drake May, Vrabel's not going to put this in his hands. He's going to make this a gritty, run the ball, great defense, keep it close, and squeeze it out at the end.
All right, real quick, we always know you got something going. Tell us what you got going. Lights out.
Lights out extreme. Lights out extreme fight. We just did a deal with ESPN Latin America now that the UFC's over at Paramount. And this has been great.
Congratulations,
I appreciate
that's great.
It. We've been all Latin is huge.
Oh yeah.
And in combat sports, we're mainly MMA, man. So for us to be global now after UFC left at Paramount has been big.
Yeah, awesome. I've been watching the whole journey, man. We've been talking about this for years now. So congrats to you.
Appreciate it.
Enjoy the rest of the week out here in San Francisco. And I mean, you looking like you might got about 7 snaps in you. If somebody needed them.
12, but I ain't playing the run. I ain't playing the run, that's for sure.
Hey, Sean Merriman here with the odd couple, Rob and Kelvin out here. San Francisco Super Bowl week, a whole lot left of the show. Stick with your boys, Fox Sports Radio.
On this anti-Aaron Glenn train for about a year now.
I have.
Yeah, you have. You didn't give him a shot.
No.
So
they got off to the worst start of any Jets coach. Now, that's saying a lot.
That's saying
Guys,
a lot.
just a timeline of the Aaron Glenn experience with the Jetropolitans. First day on the job, one of the first days, has Aaron Rodgers fly in on his own dime to tell him to his face, we're not interested in you. We're moving somewhere else, which is fine. It's his prerogative, but it is what it is. He then pivoted from Aaron Rodgers to Justin Fields as his QB1, and then promptly benched Justin Fields midway through the season for journeyman Tyrod Taylor. He then followed that up, as you mentioned, Rob, having the worst start by any Jets coach in franchise history. Culminated the season by, again, a defensive-minded coach becoming the first team in the modern era to go an entire season without recording a single interception.
Kelvin, you got to admit, that is mind-boggling.
It's an impossibility.
Right? Impossible.
Everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
C.J. Stroud throws you one.
Right.
Minimum one.
Jameis Winston throws you one.
And so it all came to a head earlier today where Aaron Glenn continued the house cleaning of the Jets coaching staff. He parted ways with offensive coordinator Tanner Eggstrand after just one season. Of course, I'll get after one season. Add him to the list, which includes...
Listen to this list.
Mm-hmm.
Defensive coordinator Steve Wilks, out.
Oh.
Eggstrand, out. Oh. DB's coach, friend of the show, Dre Bly, out. Quarterbacks coach, Charles London, out. Defensive line coach, Eric Washington, out. Passing game coordinator, Scott Turner, out. Linebackers coach, Aaron Curry, out. And a slew of other lower-level assistants that names don't even get in the program. So basically, in the eyes of Aaron Glenn, everybody but him was the problem with the Jets last season.
Okay. Is this on? Because I'm just going to call it the way I see it. I am the biggest proponent, and I've talked about it. Everybody's now on this ticket about there were 10 NFL head coaching jobs opening. And what did I say, Kelvin, last week? That they won't be filled by a black coach, right?
Right.
So I'm all about opportunity and all of that. That black coaches should have opportunities of being head coaches. But when it comes to Aaron Glenn, he's bad news for the black coaches, okay? He just is. And I'm going to say this. I don't know how Woody Johnson didn't fire Aaron Glenn. As much as I'm a proponent that black coaches deserve opportunities, I'm not going to protect them if they don't do the job. Aaron Glenn should have been fired. Proof positive is that he's fired everybody that he hired. He didn't come to the Jets with a staff in place or a quarterback in place. No, this was all his doing. His hands are on it. How in the world could an owner look at a coach and go, you came here, you hired your guy, you put this staff together. We had an awful year. You wanted this quarterback. People laughed at the Jets that they gave Justin Fields a 2-year guarantee, right? They were like, what? Nobody else was offering him that 1 year and an option. But he got 2 years guaranteed and a guaranteed starting job. He didn't even have to earn it. Okay? This was him. Go back if you don't believe me and go read the quotes about Justin Fields. You know what he said? As a defensive coordinator, Justin Fields was the hardest guy to put up a defense against. That's what he claimed. That you didn't know how to defend Justin Fields. And he was obviously in the NFC North with the Bears, and he was in the NFC North with the Lions, so he saw Justin Fields. He was enamored by him. So all the coaches are gone. The quarterback is gone, and yet you get to stick around. Terrible. This is why the Jets haven't won a Super Bowl since the Louisiana Purchase. For real. You keep on, they got bad luck. They have a bad owner. Dude, what face are you trying to save? He should have been fired when he's firing everybody else. Woody Johnson should have said, you know what? I thought about it. You know what? You should be fired too. And here's my point. You'll say, that's unfair. He only got 1 year. The Raiders did the right thing with Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll, right, who has a more impressive resume than Aaron Glenn. He won a Super Bowl. He went to 2 Super Bowls. He won in college at USC. And after an absolute horrific year, they could have given Pete Carroll the benefit of the doubt, Kelvin, giving him one more year to say, Pete,
I mean,
you had a bad year.
He has a ring at least.
Right. And you know what they did? They showed him the door. They didn't stand on principle, or they don't want to be embarrassed because they hired him and it's going to be embarrassing and we got to pay Pete Carroll. They said, Pete, thank you. Take you and your sons and hit the road.
It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Kelvin Washington. Thank you to Sean Merriman. Our guest just joined us. As always, friend of the show. You can check that out on the podcast. Rob G always getting that up there for us as well. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, for what, and for where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com. It is the way tire buying should be. Day 3 in the books. Another great thing, man. Bryce Young. We had Sean Merriman. We had Carl Cany, which, by the way, shout out to him too, man. He said he's gonna get us some Odd Couple gear too. But he said he gotta hit you up. So don't fumble this for us, Rob.
I'm gonna talk to him when we get back to LA. I've already texted with him today.
Okay, good.
Great guy.
Yeah, great, man. Great stuff. So I'm looking forward to that too. And then what's everybody? Are we all going to this party after we're going to eat? What are we doing after this, Rob G? Because I'm trying to keep up with you. I told you, Dad's aligned. What are we doing?
We're going to see what kind of food they have there.
Okay.
If it's just finger foods, then we are going to get something to eat.
Okay. If they got food, we're eating.
Yes.
Every party I've gone to with the volume is good.
All right.
I never been, Rob. I never been invited.
No, that was a text message last year when he texted us hanging out with Shaq and everybody. He was like, oh, I'm at the volume party. Where y'all at? No, our phones didn't ring, Rob. We're sitting here rubbing our feet together, eating Snickers in the bed.
I thought you knew. Yeah, see? Is that something that I needed to know? I didn't know.
Yeah, that sounded crazy. No, I apologize, Rob G.
Alex, did you get that?
No, Alex didn't get that.
Thank
Alex
you.
didn't
Working
get that.
on it.
No, Alex is over here Googling, like, where can you park 70s vans at right now?
I can park it anywhere I want.
Don't come to my neighborhood with that.
I'm parking in front of your gated community.
Oh, they ain't gonna let you in.
Now, how many miles is on that? On the mystery
120,000.
Mystery wagon.
120?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. That's not too bad considering.
Keep in mind, it's older than Rob.
Yeah, that's not too bad. 120. So, and then what you're going to be doing with this is what?
1 minute. Traveling the world.
Okay. Well, like with us though, right? I mean, we need you.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, we kind of need you on the show. So just you're relegated to only weekends. You understand that, right?
That works out then.
So y'all got 48 hours to do what you're going to do, what you're going to do, so you can be back in time for the show.
Fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're having a good one, man. We got a whole bunch. Rob G is over here tired because he's been booking up everything for tomorrow. So we'll have a bunch of guests with you as well. And we'll see, too, Rob.
Yep.
NBA trade deadline. We'll see if any other big moves happen while we're at this volume party.
There we go. I'm giving it to you right now.
All right. Well, you might have did Spike Lee text you or something?
Yeah. Hey, Spike, what you got going? Huh?
Yeah. No, tell him put me in a movie, man. All right. Whole lot tomorrow as well. Hopefully we get some more trades.
You want to be in a movie so bad.
I do. Absolutely.
The Jason Smith